Smooth. Come on, man. It's time to talk some football, man. Season may be over. It doesn't mean anything. We got things. We got plans. Oh, Niners. Fam, you know what? And if you're like me, you were caught up in the embarrassment, the shame of what happened Thursday. Got an A-whooping. Oh, no. The Rams? Oh, please. When really, the Rams could not move on that deep. Now, when's the last time we see not only the Rams, but most teams we played this year, when was it the team struggled against that defense? Maybe two times, maybe. But on this particular Thursday night, after coming off of a game Sunday, to come out there and lay the hammer, Atlanta smack us down. The offense just didn't show up. It had nothing to do with the D. That D-line has your favorite defensive end pumped. Nick is jumping. Bosa wants no changes on the 49ers defensive line. And also, we'll go over tonight, speculations on Brock Purdy's extension, of which we are going to have to go through for weeks and months. And hopefully, John and Kyle, man, don't you guys take that into August. Don't do it. Now, as offseason, though, the work order is already pinned up on the clubhouse wall. Maintenance and repairs and things that have to be done between now and the next time we get ready to redeem ourselves. Not many of the Niner faithfuls are concerned about the playoffs for 2024 anyway, but are now not expecting a similar meltdown come 2025 season. One player that was encouraged by what he saw in the Rams game film was how effective the Niners defense performed. Bam, boom. See, because I thought about it, but all I was watching was the offense all day mostly. Fam, you know what? You're not. The defense, if you don't have a defense, and the Chiefs are proving that this year, you're not going anywhere in this league. You can't. Them shootouts that Buffalo and Detroit are having, I've already penciled them out. Yeah, you got to play better defense than that. Oh, hell yeah. So, Niners held down a Rams offense this past Sunday that scored 48 points versus the Bills. And like I said, the Bills are one of those teams. Well, we'll just beat you to the finish line. 75-73. Doesn't bother us, City. So, they did that last week. They came up 48 points versus the Bills in Week 14. 49ers brought that butt back down to earth with a slam, 12 points. That's it, Rams. Lucky you got that. If there wasn't for that broken play at the end, your boy Puka wouldn't even got it. Anyway, that defense was worth writing home about. To the phones we go tonight to take a closer look at why Niners Pro Bowler Nick Bosa is so excited about his defensive line mates. And you should be, Nick. I'm proud of you for keeping your chin up on this matter, too. Also, everybody's talking about Brock Purdy's upcoming payday. What say you about it? Let me give you some details and facts, though. See, fam, have you come to grips, first of all, with the fact that the Niners are going to miss the postseason for the first time in 3 years? Now, that has a lot to do with a lot of different things. So that a hard, hustling offense off-season waits. Brock Purdy. See, I hope, because we start hating on people as soon as they get paid, I hope we don't do that. He's not trying to make you mad or me or anybody else mad. He's a kid that worked hard to get where he is, and he just wants his pay. I mean, because we don't wait, man. People go, paid, he ain't worth that much money. The hell about it. If you don't mean the 49, get your ass out. Okay, see, that's, I don't know if that's ethical. But Brock Purdy will headline the FO actions, as we know, going into January. And we're going to be there in January. That's what we'll be doing in January. BP will become eligible to sign that already debated extension for the 2025 season later to be a contract year for him. But for that reason, he will not be out there playing, hoping and praying he can have a great season so he get paid at the end of the season. He ain't coming out there. So that's what I'm saying, John, God, don't you guys do this. Figure it out and don't waste a lot of time with it. Brock's not coming out there without a contract next season. And the timing actually couldn't be better for BP. That boy is lucky, ain't he? Here's the fact. The man will be negotiating an extension, the best period ever to play quarterback. And this, fans are already saying he shouldn't be paid more than minimum wage. It's not realistic, fam. It's not. He's going to get paid. But last year we made jokes about Trevor Lawrence. I did. Unproven quarterbacks like Trevor. Jordan Love signed an extension. Jordan not so much, but he did sign. They worth $55 million per year last season. See, that's why you can't. Don't blame the player. Blame the game. It's not Brock's fault. Green Bay. I mean, these places. I'm saying we get mad at players. Okay. Anyway, Dak Prescott. $60 million. Why? This is what I'm saying. You can't look at Brock and say, Brock don't need that much money. He ain't worth it. BP's agent will enter negotiations with a clear agenda and arguably a better resume than either Lawrence or Love possessed. Will they rob their respective organizations? And damn sure did have a better resume than Dak Prescott. See, you got to go by these things and think about the 49ers don't have a crutch or a leg to stand on in a negotiation room. When Lawrence, when they robbed their organizations, I mean, it was, Brock and Leafs went to the Super Bowl, NFCCG. The man, I know, but see, yearly inflation, an annual occurrence in the NFL when it comes to contract extensions, that's going to enter into the conversation. Purdy's representation will possess a strong case for him to be the next $60 million per year quarterback. I'm just saying, we should get ready for that. Mind-blowing stuff, isn't it? The league was they were going to convene, set up legislation so quarterback salary can be separate from the rest of the roster so people don't have to come out there with just a quarterback, a center, and a running back. I mean, after that, you don't have anybody. Forget about having a defense. You can't afford it. Lynch and Shanahan will collaborate to keep Purdy's money slightly under that number, though, with some serious energy. You got to believe that. They're going to come in there with tooth and nail. I just don't want them to John, man, if September comes around and you guys are still arguing with Brock, both of you need to be fired, seriously. I'm with that now because you're not helping any. You guys are supposed to be brilliant enough to figure this out. Get it done. But realistically, he has to surpass that $55 million. You got to figure that, fam. APY stolen by 11 Lawrence last season. That's just the starting point. One estimation could be that if Purdy is willing to meet the 49ers in the middle, the two negotiators could agree on an extension in the neighborhood of 5-year agreement with $58 million per season. See, that's I bet that's going to be about the best it's going to be. They can't give him 56 or 57 mil. I mean, it doesn't really matter at that point. B. Purdy would still be signing a contract worth a total value of $290 million, the second largest in NFL quarterback history. Trailing Patrick Mahomes. Remember, Mahomes got a 10-year contract, and the 49ers could play that game, too. No, don't do it. Patrick Mahomes is a generational talent that could play 10 years of good, solid football. You don't know about anybody else. And I mean anybody else in the NFL, not just Brock. Anybody else. But Patrick's in that's outdated now. That $45 million is a damn bargain right now. Niners would reward the most solid BP, though, with surpassing $60 million per year. I don't think that may be the goal, fam. 58, somewhere between 58 and 60. Ongoing debate regarding which tier quarterback DB's in. Now, a lot of people put him down at the bottom. Some people might put him in the middle. But he's got all the accolades, and his resume reads as a good quarterback. So, did you see? Baldy already said, trade him straight up, boy. I go get Sam Darnold in a heartbeat. The shots that BP's going to get are going to be vicious between now and his payday. But as what tier is Brock in? Is he a beneficiary of Shanahan's style? But the Niners still have respect. They got to have respect for the difficulty of how hard it is to find the quality of quarterback that actually can excel in Shanahan's offensive plan. Now, a lot of people think, man, you can stick any quarterback in that system, man. Just plug and play and go. Don't be paying him all that money. Oh, that's been proven to be so far from the truth. They've suffered on previous sizable investments made on my boy Jimmy G. Yeah, I love Jimmy, but yes, he could have been better. There's some things he did that cost him some games. He did some good things too. Trey Lawrence, 2 years of no first-round picks. He played, 10, 15 minutes in total? The whole time he was with us? At the end of the day, the reality, Mrs. Purdy's baby boy saved the team from those messes, and they should reward him appropriately for that. It was actually a rescue. I mean, and by the way, I fully agree, and I'm worried if BP's extension will eventually have a painful impact on the makeup of the Niners roster going forward. I'm with you on that. I really am. I'm just saying the league is set up for this kind of fail. If you get to the top of the mountain, it's set up so that you come tumbling down so other teams can submerge. It is, unless you've got a real wheeling, dealing front office, it can't even be stopped. Look at the Hawks. Look at all the teams that used to be tough. All of them are coming back, scrambling back from the dirt and trying to get back up again. The Rams, they're a good example too. But the Rams deserve what they got. Oh, hell yeah. The Rams went out there and spit F them picks. Get him. Now, yes, I agree. It turned into a Super Bowl, but also a lot of luck played in it, just like everything else plays. 49ers came in there, broken down and beat up, and fortunately for the Rams, that was fine. Just like that Thursday night game. The 49ers were in shambles, and they still fought them tooth and nail to the end, and they still had to battle their way to win. But they're already estimated to be over the cap in 2026, Niners are, according to Over the Cap's effective cap space calculator. That's even before Brock's extension hits the books. In reality, though, aging expensive players like George Kittle, we're always crying about, we pay our players like nobody else in the league. That's true, and now here we go. GK, boy, I love him. I want him to retire as a 49er, but is that going to happen? I really can't. You don't know now. Deebo Samuel, I think if he leaves this year, I think there won't be a lot of crying. Trent Williams and Jerry Rice by the way, you see Jerry Rice got all over Deebo. Did you check that out? Jerry, thank you, because you know what? A lot of us feel like we don't. Deebo's meant so much to us down through the years. I don't want to just I can't put him on blast like that. I didn't appreciate him dropping that ball. But Jerry, my God, it's okay though, Jay. He had that coming though. Yeah, Trent Williams, you look at him now, he's playing less games every year for the last 3 years. He's going to be able to come back, and if he can come back, he probably look great. But how long? They got to get an offensive lineman, and a good one, first round. Defensive lineman, according to Nick, it may not be. The Niners got to start finding younger, cheaper replacements. So in preparation, it's just too bad the Niners wasted one of Purdy's rookie years, or contract years, which is this year and last year. He should have got it done last year for sure. But things are smiling. I'm with Nick, man. I mean, I don't feel like feeling bad about this team. I mean, yeah, this season we gone. Forget about it. Go. Okay, let's get on with it. Let's go to the next season. Nick. The Niners are coming off a strange Week 15 loss to the Rams, as we all agree, but for sure had nothing to do with that defense. Oh, hell no, and that's what pisses me off the most. Offense, look what that D did. They laid that game on a silver platter and gave it to you. All you had to do was score maybe 14 lousy points, and you win. Anyway, Nick Bosa's stoked. Bosa saw encouraging signs in the Niners' Thursday evening performance, fueling his optimism for the future. Nick told reporters yesterday, watching that tape the other night really got me excited. Obviously, it didn't turn out this year, that game like we wanted, but I see a lot of guys in our D-line room, and I want all of them back next year. This is a quote. Take a bow, John Lynch. Nick likes your work. I've always, John, by the way, I pretty much always appreciated your defensive mind for talent. Actually, you brought in a lot of good stuff. I've got no qualms with you. Niners made significant efforts, per John Lynch and company, revamped the defensive line this past offseason, bringing in Leonard Floyd. Uta Gross Models. I didn't know. What is a Uta Gross Models, right? When we first got him, I said, what is that? Is that a ball player? yeah. This boy's a badass. I'm only worried about his health. I understand he got hurt with the Panthers a lot, and that's why they probably just gave up on him. But with us, he played enough games now that I know, wait a minute, John and company, I know what y'all talking about. Good God, that kid's tough. Jordan Elliott, Browns got so much talent they can afford to get rid of him. But the Browns throwaway, look at the Browns got the kind of talent they got. I understand why they let Jordan Elliott, but he ain't a bad football player. He did a good job against the run. They also traded for Malik Collins to strengthen that interior. And who knew? Javon, I think you're on the block, baby. I got Malik, and I can go draft somebody else. There must be somebody left in Georgia we can grab. I'm talking about college. Lick said this about that. I think we have all, as a court, I think we have all the players in our room right now to be that dominant line. I think we look like it on Thursday night. I was just talking to Floyd. He's had to adjust to the scheme. He's been an outside backer, but his performance from the Rams' first game to this one has been unbelievable. He's playing the run incredible. Malik's been great all year. He's almost at a career high in sacks. Collins has recorded 5 sacks this season, tied his career high for both last season and his rookie year. Nick is right. Nick, you know how Kasura can take a man and make him into a machine? You know. Man, I expect Floyd and Collins to surpass their all-time high in sacks. And it's quiet with Leonard because Leonard took a 4 or 5 game. Leonard Floyd was MIA for a number of games. All of a sudden, he came on recently, especially when Nick was hurt. And that's the kind of character I'm talking about. A guy that knows that the main warrior is out. You got to pick up the slack. Leonard Floyd was there for that. Floyd currently has 8.5 sacks, just 2 shy of his career 10.5. He may get that. He's got plenty of time to do so. He achieved that in 2020 and 2023, despite missing significant time due to the injury. Gross Matos has already registered 4 sacks, closing on his career high of 4.5. Woo! Look at it. Oh, quote, love that Evan Anderson. Remember that big boy? I said, that dude is huge. Where'd they find him from? Undrafted free agent? What? We seen him in preseason. I said, hey, isn't that new kid? Undrafted free agent? That was him. There's been a couple of games during the season. That's Anderson. That's a nice play. He's got the size, but he didn't look like all that in preseason all the time. Kasuric. And most of them, as Nick goes on, are going to be here next year. I think so. I'm excited. I want the same guys in the room. And I think a lot of growth happened this year. Unquote. Nick knows that 2024 season sucked and how easy it is to focus on the disappointment of an underwhelming season. Of course he does. We all do. But he prefers to look at the progress that defensive front has made. And, fam, the 49ers' signature is their defense. Yes, we got Kyle Shanahan, I know I ain't going to say nothing good about him because somebody, Ronbo, man, don't be just defining Kyle Shanahan with them kind of adjectives. I'm just saying he is. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. That development gives him hope for a stronger campaign in 2025. Nick, fam, see, this is what I'm saying. I'm looking, if the Bills think they're going to the Super Bowl or into the playoffs with that defense looking like they're looking now, they're dead meat. You can't get into shootouts in the playoffs. All right? Lions, I feel sorry for them. Hutchinson won't be back until, they say, February. You know what that means, don't you? If the Steelers get back that wide receiver, that's a team that you can look at that's probably going to get it done. Also, but they have to deal with the Chiefs. The Chiefs got a defense, although their defense has looked so-so recently. It's going to be interesting all season. We can sit back and watch this, which is going to be funny. The Rams are going to win the division. It's going to be really fun to watch them, too. Yeah, but y'all ain't did nothing since 99, and y'all ain't blah, 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 blah. Yep. Well, we beat Rudy come out. Yeah, you guys haven't done anything since the cap got adjusted. Hey, Rudy, you know what? The thing is, we've been beating your ass ever since 93, 94, too. So you know what? I don't know what in the world you keep talking about. And fam, PIN number, phone, right down the base of the screen. It's also in the description. Information. Get in here and let's talk some football. Yo, E!
Ronbo, what's good with you?
Hey, man, good for me. Nick's got me all pumped up, man. I'm thinking about I'm thinking about the defense now. The offense will take care of itself. Kyle Shanahan's not going to look bad for 2 years in a row. But, E, give me a D, and I'll give you a W. I'll give you an I. I'll give you an N. I'm getting overly excited. E, this is your phone call. I need to shut up. Go ahead.
I thought it was D-E. You said D-I.
I thought I meant the W-I. I meant W. W-I. Win. Yes.
All right, win. I'm like, hold on. What's going on here?
I went to community schools. I didn't learn how to spell.
I'm a football player.
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
God. But anyway,
man.
Let's Ronbo Rams report. Let's get that out of here right now. Yeah, delete that. Get him out. But E, go ahead, man. I got to deal with the trash as we go along. Go ahead.
You already know. Got to take it out every day.
Let me just warn Rams fans. Rams fans, don't disrespect this chat. That will not be tolerated. Use your good sense and know when to stop. All right. Go ahead, E.
All right. Like I said, I'm a 49er fan. Bergman gold for life. I was big on not doubting Shanahan, but questioning his call making.
Everybody
I still question it a lot, but I still got to question Purdy a little bit on that, like that 2nd and 6th play or whatever. That last play, the interception was just. He kept doing these bad decisions, so I'm worried about that a little bit.
And some bad
three
throws.
People open on that play.
And E, I worry about some. And his judgment, I've been crying about that for a while. I'm with you on that. But a lot of times he makes good decisions, but a lot of times he makes decisions where you scratching your head. But the throws are not there like they were last year and the year before. E, is his arm okay?
I don't know. Like I didn't like I said, I didn't blame it on his arm. I blamed it on his decision making. He still was throwing them loft balls to the corner. Like when he throws to the edges and the sideline, it be balloons almost. Not balloons, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But it ain't that zap. That's zap. So
get Ian 17 a little timeout. Yeah, and guys, don't spam or you'll get timed out. Okay, I'll give you timeout this time, Ian 17. Next time you'll be out. All right, you got to behave, guys. Go ahead, E.
Well, and it's just starting too.
I know.
I wanted to catch you early because I wanted to go to sleep. You know what I mean?
Right. Go ahead, Phil.
You got some moderators to take him out?
Yeah, they just did.
All right. I know you do. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
I just in love with the 49ers. I just hope we do better. Like Bosa, bring everybody back. We didn't have, one thing I would want everybody to understand. We didn't have Ufunga and Greenlaw on the field at the same time. But one game probably.
And when they came back, look what happened. My God, a night and day
Actually,
difference.
You know what I mean?
You got to have your enforcers and your veteran enforcers.
Yes. Bring that hand, man. I want everybody to get it. Like, you know what I mean? So you got to be focused on that. Another thing I wanted to touch on the bad story, your linebacker. They got so many stories out where he told them he wasn't playing before the game. But then in the game, it seemed like he didn't play because Greenlaw was doing so good, so his minutes went down.
He got mad as hell.
When he didn't play, and then his money went down there. Now they got that money thing going in there, too, where he had to get so many whatever.
Oh, he had an incentive package.
So,
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. I didn't know it either. They just threw that out there. So I don't know. If I got my helmet on and my pads, I'm ready to rock. You know what I mean?
I agree with that. Okay, but you know what? You can't be. You still have to be a grown man about it. Don't be before the game starts running around the locker room talking trash. Calm down and talk to the coach. Say, Coach, on the line for me. I want to get out here to help us, or something. You got to negotiate.
Say that. Grown man talk. Like walk right up on him and So I don't want two people to remember this whole story. We don't know the whole story. So, but like I said, if all of us is 49ers, we know that. So we put our pads on and our helmet. We out there. You hear me?
I agree. I'd hate to have been him too. I'd have been pissed off, but I don't know if I would have acted out in that fashion. Devondre was lucky we signed him. We was looking for the other dude first, so
Correct. So I had a big story. I'm just shooting it out there because it's your first call too. Deion Sanders, Travis Hunter, and Sanders coming to the 49ers, and we're giving up all the other three. Yeah, yeah. We giving up all three of them. Put Debo in there, too. Brock, Debo,
and Debo be mad as
and I love Debo too.
I do too. You know how hard he played next time we see him, and eventually we'd see him. Boy, Debo be playing his ass off.
Oh, man. So I just love the 49ers, man. I hope we do better. And I don't want us to lose, but I do want us to get a better draft pick. So I don't know how they want us to do that.
I can't wait for that. What are they going to do, Ian? E? What are they going to do?
Yeah. What are they going to do, right?
What they're gonna do in the first round. What are you guys going to do, 49ers? Are you going to trade
down
I
better not
so
mess
everybody
this
can
up
get
again,
mad crazy?
Man. And stop hating on my Parcells, the rookie, because he was open 2 or 3 plays where my man didn't get in the ball.
People somebody I ain't gonna mention his name, but I seen the word BUST. Ricky, how you gonna do? Ricky's out there at the 3rd or 4th option at best. He's only out there because he wouldn't be out there this year if BA was been healthy. They put him out there, but he's not going to be a mainline target.
But then why pick him first round? But then why we got a good team, or that we say we got a good team? Let's use this. Like I said, he was trying to get open. He's open. Maybe not the best run blocker.
Ricky's been open a lot.
You know what I mean?
I agree. Ricky's got to learn about run blocking. He ain't got that grown man strength thing. Ricky came in a little light. He didn't get to work out and train off season because he's getting ready for the draft. Then he's downtown shopping with the big Rolex flash. Yo, come get this. Bam! Oh!
Stop playing like that. Right?
I know. What? Ooh.
Yes. Oh. We broke out. There's a lot of broke people out here.
Really.
So I don't condone that. I don't condone that, though.
Oh, I don't either. But still, the reality is it's dangerous. So,
yes, sir. Very dangerous.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna be back
Good day
Friday.
From you, Ronbo.
Yeah, don't be so long getting back here. I'm looking for you, man. All right.
Okay. Listen, man. I was about to tell you, if you gonna log my number down and call me, I'm with you.
My production might not agree with that because they got to take away from what they're trying to do.
Call me. I wake up. Hey, Ronbo!
We start calling people. That'd be funny. I start calling everybody. In the meantime, okay.
Right? Yeah, I'm special.
Well, you are. I'm telling you definitely are. But let me see you Friday, fam. You have a great night.
Love y'all. Be good. Ronbo, Niners. Let's go.
Right. All right, fam.
All right.
Yo, Darius.
What's up, Ronbo?
Darius, Nick gave me good reason to feel good because, it's easy for us to be miserable right now with the result of this season. It's not what we anticipated or expected. In the back of our minds, we probably thought, well, we just came off of a Super Bowl. You know how that goes. The superstition runs hard. And then people keep saying, you might have that Madden curse, man. Shut up. I don't want to hear about the Madden curse. But, this is what it is. So, well, Darius, Nick, Brock, I gave you some yin and yang on this one. What are you thinking?
Yeah. I think the main thing that's just eating me alive this year is I'm looking at the other teams in the NFC, and it's just like, bro, Detroit's whole defense is injured. Philly's Philly. Like, bro, this would have been another perfect way to get back to it. But, it is what it is. We always want the hard road, the high road, so. But, yeah, I was going to say something. But, yeah, no, Nick, I saw a little bit of what Nick was saying. I think he was also saying that Nick Sorensen's going to get better with time. I don't know how to feel about Nick Sorensen getting better with time. He's obviously going to stand up for his guys. He's not going to throw someone under the bus. But,
Well,
I mean,
he
I really,
threw what's his name under the bus though,
except
and
for
yeah,
Devondre, yeah,
well
you
he
know,
needed to
yeah,
be thrown too. So yeah.
yeah. But
Darius, I
I
just want to say
mean,
one thing though about that. Remember, Robert Saleh came in, and the first year, and everybody was talking about his head needs to be taken off too. And I
right,
kept
but
saying,
okay,
guys,
yeah,
would you
but
just wait a minute? Yeah.
Robert Saleh had like Eli Harold and like Cassius Marsh as his best defensive lineman. I mean, like it's completely different. I think Robert Saleh, once we got that 2019 team with competent personnel, and even in 2020 when our whole defense was hurt, we still had like Fred running around. We were a top 10 defense.
Yeah.
Now you have, I would say, talent wise, I mean, our secondary is really good. I mean, our D line is not as good, but the defense should not be playing this poorly with the amount of talent that we have. So I don't think that comparison. And even in 2021, when D'Amico first took over, our secondary was terrible. We had Dante Johnson, Ambry Thomas.
Oh, and by
We
the way, if it
had
makes you feel better
Josh
too,
Norman.
Ambry's been
Yeah,
waived.
Ambry got cut. Yeah.
Well,
And
he's on
then,
the IR. Call him up. He's out of here. Well, he's not going to get picked up, so he'll be
so
back Monday. So anyway.
yeah, but so I don't think it's a fair comparison to compare Sala and like D'Amico to Sorensen, because I think the talent disparity is just too big. But you know, I don't feel the need to like speak on, like, there's still people who are, you know, beating the drum about firing Kyle Shanahan. There's still people beating the drum about trading away Brock Purdy. It's just not going to happen. I think this is just we're beating a dead horse here by continuously bringing it up. Like, we as fans, we know what's going to happen. I don't see the need to keep bringing it up, to keep talking about it. You know, I just feel like it's irrelevant. So that's my thing on that. I think my main hope, if it's going to be tough, but we got to get like a, you know, like a not like a DC who's going to stay a DC. Like, for example, Spagnuolo or Vic Fangio, who's not looking to get, you know, promoted to head coach. Unfortunately, Saleh, it would still be wanted. He still would want to be a head coach, right? He's got a sour taste in his mouth from the way his time with the Jets ended.
Well, he's got to be pissed.
So I feel like even if we get Saleh back, he's going to try to leave the first chance he gets. So I think it's really going to be and it's going to be hard to find a great, you know, defensive mind that's available that will, you know, maintain our philosophy while simultaneously wanting to, you know, stay at DC. But I think that's one of the biggest tasks this team, outside, like, you know, getting that Purdy contract figured out. I think honestly that's the second biggest task that its front office has to take care of this offseason.
Yeah, it is going to be. But you know, Sorensen, Kyle doesn't have a lot of options. He'd have to within the organization. I think they're done going outside the organization. We were always promoting from within. Now there's nobody left. So, you know, if you bring somebody else outside in, it's a problem. Because they're going to come in and rearrange the whole defense. I think Kyle doesn't want that because he thinks he likes this one, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, though, too. You get players, you know, vouching for Sorensen. And the whole reason with the Steve Wilkes was, like, it was a you know, different scheme. And I think even Nick talked about it, how, you know, he wasn't really comfortable in the beginning with the new scheme, and, like, you know, I don't know what it was, but I don't know. It's a challenging, you know,
and risky
aspect of it. Yeah. But you know,
a lot of guys have been doing that.
If they keep Sorensen, I think if they keep Sorensen, my thing is I have a hard time believing they're going to keep Sorensen, because if they keep Sorensen, that entire blame is going to go right back to Kyle, and Kyle always would like to have a scapegoat. Yeah. So I just, if he keeps Sorensen and Sorensen stinks it up again, the blame is going to be even, you know, more amplified on Kyle for, you know, why are you keeping Sorensen, this, and this. So I don't know. Well, I mean, the thing with D'Amico is I just saw, I mean, D'Amico struggled early on, but by that midway point in 2021, he really had that defense humming, especially in that postseason, man. That postseason, the defense was amazing. It was insane how good that defense was in that postseason. True. So I don't know. I mean, it's just
the front line was looking good too. I still attribute some of the pathetic play due to guys being out. Leonard Floyd, like Nick said, Leonard gets it now, and all of a sudden, look, We got some other guys out there that are not all first-round picks like they have been in the past. And all of a sudden, well, you know what? This week, we're going to watch closely, Darius. If that defensive does the same thing to the Dolphins, that's another high-powered offense. We can then believe
but
Sorensen's fine.
Yeah, their offense hasn't looked too good this year. But I mean, yeah, you want to obviously see that. You obviously want to see the defense, and not only the defense, but the offense finish out the season strong. I feel like if, as a fan, yeah, you want a high draft pick, but I feel much better about this team going forward if they finish the season off with 3 straight wins. I mean, I know it's going to hurt a lot of fans for me saying this, like, oh yeah, why do you want a team to win? We're not going to, no. We're going to get a worse draft pick. Yeah, but I feel much better about this team going into next year if I can see this offense and especially this defense with Sorensen, because you're right. They're probably going to keep Sorensen, all things considered. Yeah. You would love to see this defense against Detroit's good offense, against a capable Miami offense and against the Cardinals team, which we lost to. You'd like to see this team.
There's the test. You can bring out that litmus paper. Get ready. We got to go, fam. Always appreciate you. I'll see you Friday, though, and we'll talk about the Dolphins game. It's really rough talking about predicting scores nowadays. Isn't it? We're going to do it Friday anyway, though.
Yeah, it's demoralizing when you're out. Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir, man. Have a great night.
You too. Thanks, Darius. Yeah, seriously. How do you predict? I don't know if the offense, because who knew the offense was not going to show up? And it wasn't because of the Rams smothering defense. Debo, okay. Anthony.
Ronbo, my man.
Anthony.
What to do, Ronbo?
Hey, Anthony, man, I'm just sitting up here, man. I'm feeling good about that defense because I didn't realize it, but I think I'm mainly a defensive-oriented guy, because when we got a great defense, it's so exciting because when your offense walks out there, they ain't got a lot of work to do. And in that case,
Ronbo,
we could kick ass. Go ahead. Anthony?
What a lot of 49er fans fail to realize, Ronbo. Dre, Greenlaw, and Hufanga, they just not getting out there on the field.
I know. And man.
And with these new players we got, defensive tackles, these boys got the jail together, Ronbo.
I know.
They ain't had a chance to do that yet.
Kasurek is getting them there, though.
And for our linebacker core, I think D. Willer's going to be real good for us, Ronbo. He's young, man.
Yeah. Going into his 3rd season. D. Winters, Mustafa.
That's right.
Ooh, I love
it. Mustafa and Donald Green.
Yeah. Secondary's going to be lit.
See, when you young and you're a rookie and you throw it out there in the fire, Ronbo, you do a whole lot of thinking, so you're not playing as fast.
Everybody's moving 100 miles an hour.
See what I'm saying?
I know.
So, 2025, I do believe D. Willis, he is pretty fast. He's a fast, and he's a hitter like Dre Greenlaw.
I love that so much. I want to hear that
physical.
crash.
He's real physical.
Yeah,
I like hearing it too, Robert.
Bam!
He's physical. Right. He's physical, Ronbo. And I do believe when we come back in 2025, we're going to make a run, Ronbo.
Well, I'm not. There's no doubt in my mind. They redeemed
I feel like,
after every
to
year
me,
like this.
Ronbo, I think Purdy is still dealing with shoulder issues. I don't care what Kyle and them say.
They're not going to tell you everything. I think he doesn't look right.
I think Purdy's arm is still bothering Ronbo.
Yeah, how many times you go down with that shoulder injury this year took him down twice? Remember that game that he went down on it again?
Yeah.
Brock just doesn't want to leave the field. Yeah. Kyle doesn't want to leave the field. So that's why they're going to pay him, because they know healthy Brock Purdy's still a good quarterback.
Yeah, because Ronbo, if you notice when he tried to make those sideline throws, he put way too much air on the ball. I think he tried to compensate for it, Ronbo.
Because we've seen him throw better and more accurately as well.
Yeah. And more accurate. I think he tried to compensate, Ronbo.
Well,
because some of those throws you be looking like Brock, why you put some more help under the ball, Ronbo?
I know. He doesn't have.
That's what I used to say when I see it.
Oh, yeah. And he never had a cannon for an arm, but he was doing better than that. And so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Are you okay, man? And they just didn't want to play any other. They didn't want to put our second string quarterbacks in. So, I don't know.
And another thing, Ronbo, when we go in this draft, I understand now why Bill Walsh would draft quarterbacks every year.
You never know when you're going to need one.
Now that he keeping fire up under their butt, let you know you can't be playing like this. You see what I'm saying?
It's a good idea, too. Remember Sam Darnold was backing up Brock? Brock knew. Sam was getting a lot of respect from others, but he will from other quarterbacks. Probably always has.
I used to always say, when I was young, I was like, why Bill Walsh keep drafting all these doggone quarterbacks? But now I'm old, I understand why he was doing it. He gonna keep you
riffs. I know what
on your toes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gonna let you know you cannot be making these bonehead decisions because you feel like you can do that because there ain't nobody behind you pushing you.
So, I'm gonna wait. I want to see Brock next year. But the fact is he'll be paid next year. I want to see what he looks like. At the beginning of the season, he looked better than he looks now. And I think that may be that shows
I do believe I think he's going to be better, Ronbo. I think he's going to be better next year.
I mean, we've seen him do better.
I think
that's what I'm saying.
I think his shoulder. I think his shoulder still bottom, Ronbo.
No doubt in my mind. So we'll see. We have no choice but to see. 49ers aren't going to get rid of him. And like Baldy says, they're not going to trade for Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold, he's balling, though.
I know, right? I knew he could play. I said, you know what? If Sam Darnold, I said this a long time, if Sam Darnold ever gets in a situation where his offensive line protects him a little bit and he's got some ballers to throw to, look out. And look at this. Look out. Because at SC, he was no joke.
He got that cannon for arm too, Ronbo.
Mm-hmm. Accurate.
He
mobility.
Push that ball down the field.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised if they go through the first round. I don't know who they're playing in the first round of playoffs. I'm hoping it's the Rams, but I don't know who they're playing. They could be second round, yeah. Because the Eagles are going to get the bye.
Remember, we're going to this draft. With Kyle and them ain't got no choice but to build an offensive line, remember. They got their wide receivers.
Please, exactly. Stop with the playmakers.
They got their wide receivers, Ronbo.
Yeah. Oh.
They got their wide receivers, Ronbo.
I agree.
They got their running back, so that they ain't got no choice but to work on the offensive line, Ronbo.
Trenches is always the case. So, Anthony, we got to go. I'm going to see you Friday. Get on back to the show and tell us what you're going to do with this weekend's game. And, we'll be looking for you.
All right, Ronbo. I appreciate you, Ronbo.
I appreciate you, Anthony. Looking forward to Friday. All right, fam. Night.
All right, buddy. Yeah.
Hey, yo, Steven.
Ronbo.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm going to go ahead and jump on with Darius real quick and what he said about Detroit. Their entire starting defense is gone.
I seen a guy get hurt. Yeah.
Here's the crazy part, though. Their offense is so strong that they can technically win shootouts with teams.
Yeah, I know.
By the time they played the Chicago Bears, on Thanksgiving, they were down to, I think, their last starting defenseman. Think about that. Think about that. If we think we got it bad, I didn't think Detroit had it bad until I saw how many players were hurt on defense.
They've been ahead of everybody for the whole season.
We were hurt all over.
Mm-hmm.
But they were losing people like they owed money. Okay, it was crazy. you can't make this stuff up. But what's crazy is that they're going to make it to the playoffs and we're not. So that's just a bigger picture.
Yeah.
But but when you really look at it, I mean, we're going to be okay. I mean, if Brock Purdy, it's all speculation. There's these leaks that are coming out saying that he wants to reset the market, yet nothing has been said by his agent or himself. If Brock Purdy is smart, or if, like I said back in the last call we had on Sunday, if he's smart, he'll play out his rookie contract, let players that need to get signed for their money, and then do with what you can. If you can take the team back to another Super Bowl and you're the person that was able to, bury that, will keep the weight on your shoulders to carry them into that area, whether you win or lose, you can request a bigger bag. Like, yeah, look, not only did I take you guys to the NFC Championship, I took you guys to the Super Bowl, and I took you guys back to the Super Bowl on my rookie contract. So it's how you kind of, I guess you could say, finesse the game in your favor. Mm-hmm. But like I said, that's up to him. I don't believe Nick Sorensen's going to get any better. I think he just kind of hit his ceiling with Chicago, and that was it. He looks like he wasn't really trying to, play the wide nine, more or less, try to reinvent the wheel in his way, because it doesn't look right. It just didn't look right. Diamador Lenore commenting on Devondre Campbell again. You can beat a dead horse for as long as you want. I know for a fact if we had Jimmy Ward on our team still, I guarantee you money Jimmy Ward probably would have put hands on Devondre Campbell before the game and after the game.
I know.
So
yeah, Nick
would not let that
wanted to talk to him when he was raising hell in the locker room, but Nick didn't want to distract from the game coming up. We don't need to be fighting with Devondre before we get ready to go out on the field. So Devondre, he's goodbye.
But that's why that theory, that rumor about him being a double agent working for Green Bay comes into play. That's why it just seemed too perfect. Because he's been terrible all season. Yet he was all pro, and then also he was also in the Pro Bowl twice. So for him to just come to the team and just absolutely suck is crazy work. You got to really think, how is it that you were Pro Bowl selection and all pro, and yet you come to a new team with a defense that's going to make your life easier, and you just flat out suck. Mm-hmm. Make no sense.
And got people yelling at your screen all the time. Oh, Devondre, get the bricks out of your pants. You can't cover any better than that. You're saying it every week. His tackles weren't bad. But Devondre, they could just smoke you all day.
But he was slow as shit. Ronbo, I swear to God, I used to think Nick Bosa was slow. Devondre Campbell took that. He took that away from Nick. Because whenever we see Nick run after somebody, we're like, oh, no, he's not going to catch up to him. There's no way Nick is going to catch up to anybody that's not him.
No. But Nick's quick is what he is. But for short distance.
Yeah, he's quick, but he's not good on the long stretch.
He's not going to run people
You
down.
can watch that guy. No, he's not. I'm like, God damn, bro. I don't know what you're towing, but you better let it go because you got to catch up to that guy.
Yeah, a linebacker's supposed to, though, So even Fred moves faster than Devondre with a broke ankle. Come on, Devondre.
Man, Dre Greenlaw moved faster than Devondre, and Dre Greenlaw got 20 Achilles when he came back.
Oh, yeah, but Dre moves faster. No matter what he's going to move faster than Devondre. Dre could jam.
I want to touch up on something. Hufanga came back, and he looked like rookie Hufanga out there.
I know, right?
I don't know if you guys saw, but it was beautiful to see because I was bragging on him all last season, oh yeah, he's not tackling, he doesn't know how to tackle, he acts scared. For the first time, I can say I eat my words. This dude actually came back and stepped it up. I don't know if it was because he knew Devondre wasn't playing or they were down an extra linebacker and he knew he had to move around, but he definitely showed up on that game, and I was actually really happy to see that.
Okay, let me ask you something about that then. He was probably assumed. I was thinking he might get not re-signed. Are you going to sign him now?
Ooh, that's a tough one, Ronbo. Judging by this is what I would think. Going by how Jair Brown does in these last couple of games, if Jair Brown has a stellar season for the stellar games the rest of the season, then it's going to be tough to keep Hufanga, right? It's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough to part ways with him. But if Jair Brown sucks and Hufanga continues to play the way he did like last week, then I say re-sign Hufanga. But don't give him a lucrative deal because, the man barely played any games. He only played technically a season and a half, if you really think about it.
You talk about Jair or you're talking about Hufanga?
Hufanga.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's become awfully
Huff got injured last
lately, too. That's really scary. Steven, we got to stop, though. I'm going to tell you what, and we're going to bring this up again. I'll see you Friday. Bring that score and reasons, all right?
Oh, yeah, I forgot we play this Sunday.
Yeah, I know.
Damn, that was quick.
Because most of us have gotten over this season. I don't really care what happens to the games. We're going to watch it for entertainment's sake, but it doesn't matter what happens. It's over.
All I know is that they better sign a better offensive line. I don't care about the draft. I could care less. If they get Travis Hunter, great. If they don't, it is what it is. But I don't want to see Nick Sorensen in any supervisor position other than what he can do with the corners because that's where he stayed at. That's where he was decent at. Demote his ass and hire someone different, please.
All right.
See if Willis will come back. See if Willis will come back. I like Willis.
Big D'Amico. All right, fam. Let me see. I'll see you Friday.
Yeah. All right. See you Friday.
Look forward to it. All right, Steven. Hey, yo, Michael.
Hey, Ronbo, how's your life going, buddy?
It's all right, man. I mean, I'm at rest now.
I know. I can't believe how you say I know how fast this week is going because you got football Saturday, football Sunday.
I know, right? Here's what
and one game on Monday.
Yeah, you got two games on Monday, right?
Yeah, Mahomes healthy, so he'll start Saturday. Yeah, at first he was questionable, but I got the update that he's going to be playing.
Oh yeah, he said this injury is not as bad as the one he got year before last. So yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, no.
Mahomes is
just the Montgomery.
He's not a football player; he's a creature.
He's a warrior. He's way better than Matthew Stafford. 10 times way better than Matthew crying Stafford.
Detroit versus everybody.
Hey, how's that game with Buffalo? I heard you couldn't catch up with the Bills. The Bills ran past you so fast. The Bills run against the Lions? The Bills go faster than the Lions on the racetrack.
I got to tell you, though, Mike, I thought that Detroit had it locked up. Now I don't think so. That you can't. The defense is gone.
Right there, Minnesota.
Yeah,
Minnesota could jump ahead of Detroit. That's Tony right there. There's a
playoffs.
Yeah. You lost one running back. That hurts. You know?
Montgomery. Hey, is Montgomery still hurt?
He's out for the year.
Oh, no. Oh, Michael, I feel bad for Detroit. They remind me of us. Oh.
Yep.
They were tough.
Montgomery's out for the year. Chubb's out for the year. Yep. So I mean, yeah, but Detroit, like you said, they still got Gibbs. He's a force. He's a Sonic. He's tough. You know, they got the tight end. They must. And well, I don't know who their backup tight end and running backs are. Who their backup running backs are. That's but Detroit's gonna be fine. And congratulations, Tony Wright. Michael Penix's gonna play your last 3 games. So we'll see what you guys got with this season. No,
I can't wait to get to Tony on the phone. That's amazing. Kirk Cousins.
Amazing.
It's over, isn't it? Kirk's done.
Yeah, it's over. It's over. But you know what? At least his team, is trying something that the Rams couldn't do. Try their other quarterbacks. So you got this other guy that's supposed to be really good. The third string guy that Rudy calls the next Tom Brady.
Yeah, let me say his name. Stetson Bennett the third. Bring him out.
But no, but I think Penix, I think he has a shot. I think he's going to look good. I think he will look good.
Bennett?
He's got an arm.
Well, yeah.
No, Penix. No, Falcons quarterback. Penix from Washington.
Penix? Yeah, well, they're just moving forward with the program. They don't care if he wins or not.
You need a young arm like that. Hey, when you got a kid like that with a strong arm, you know he's going to ripple you deep. He's got a strong arm. He's young. So he's going to end up being good.
They're going to run the ball. Although Atlanta cannot afford. Wait a minute. No, Atlanta cannot afford to be. They were playing carefully. Did you notice in that game last night? Atlanta was playing very carefully. They were playing as if, don't make a mistake here. We'll be 7-7. Let's not blow this. And it almost at the end, almost blew it anyway. I guess that's why the coach got pissed. Kirk, come here.
And Rams, I would watch out with the Jets because remember, Rodgers played hot last time. What happened if Rodgers gets hot again? And you know what I mean? You still got to face Rodgers. And if you guys lose and somehow Seattle wins something out of their behind, they're back up.
Michael, I am a Rams fan for the rest of the season as far as winning games. I hate them with a passion that cannot be defined, but I want them to get to the playoffs, and I want them to get kicked out of it. Oh, my God.
Everybody. How about if the Rams make to the Super Bowl and lose to the Chiefs? That would be my celebration of laughter.
Yeah, right. But they don't need to get to the Super Bowl. Just get to the playoffs. And as I said, get drop kicked completely out in the first round. That'll make my day.
All you Rams fans in the chat, like I said, your teams are fraud, garbage, trash. You're not going to get past the first round. So you might not even make the playoffs. So why are you celebrating now? And also respect the females. The kid, his boyfriend doesn't like the idea how you Rams fans are disrespecting her. Trust me, he's a 49er fan.
Okay.
So I found another,
Rams fans, I've told you about that. If next time I catch that, I mostly got a warning once. I will. That's it. Your fun time in this chat is done.
The guy that you met, respect Tony Wright. He likes it, and he's going to get into your show. He's going to go watch your show, and he respects Tony Wright. He says, "Oh, great, you got a Foster fan? That's cool. My cousin's a Foster fan." So I said, "That's all right." He's from Georgia, so that's why.
Yeah.
But no, it's going to the Dolphins. What's the weather supposed to be like? That's what I got to find out in Miami. I got to find out what the weather's going to be like. It's probably hot. It was 62 here in Connecticut.
Oh, if it's that way in Connecticut, it's 62. Really?
Well, just for today.
Yeah, but that's
It's not going to be like that forever. We could have something like that all winter. We had some winters that could get real hot. It happens.
That's amazing. Okay, you know.
Yeah, William Robinson.
Yeah, Miami's going to definitely be warm. And that's when the Dolphins are at their best. You give them cold weather, they can't play. They really can't play. But warm up, oh, my God. Then they tear your ass up. I mean, they really,
like I said, know what I'm going to do after the 49 season's over? Watch my Boston Celtics. That's what I'm doing. I'm a Celtics fan. Red Sox and Brewers. I'm going to watch the Celtics and see if they can win it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
a lot of people say, I'm a Celtics fan in California.
They'll be fine. But what I want to see is the 49ers defense against that high-powered offense. If the 49ers can do what they did to the Rams, if that happens the rest of the season, what do we got here? Chris Kasuk, stand up and take a bow.
And I'll start, with Purdy's contract, all right, I talk to him, sit one-on-one with him and see what, and I try to work something out with them. You know what I mean? There's talks about, prediction in the draft going after the offensive tackle from Texas that the 49ers were looking at.
How do you know?
I take him, offensive tackle.
He's good?
And he looks good. No, I heard a lot of good things about this dude from Texas. I'll take him first round.
Football programs from junior high school.
Yeah, we get that boy up front.
Okay.
I mean, and then Bosa wants to keep her coordinator.
He's going to have to feel his way around, and we're going to find out whether he's a bust or not, which is always scary.
It's all rookies. Some rookies you're lucky to get out there quicker than others. It takes time for some rookies, but some rookies go out there. It depends on the system they're in college. Yeah. Everybody's systems, you know what I mean? If they can take a system like Kyle.
That's what I like about Belichick going in there and changing that whole thing. We got to go, though, fam. I'll see you Friday. Yeah. Well, that's going to start a whole new trend.
That's right. Friday with the score.
Yeah.
Friday. Yep. All right, Ronbo. You have a good night, buddy.
You too, fam. Night.
You too, buddy. Good night.
Yeah, Belichick going into the college ranks, he's going to probably start a trend where players coming out of college ball are going to be ready for the pros probably from day one. Hey, Eric.
Yes, I am.
I'm really feeling good. I'm feeling good about the future, and that's what you need right now if you're a 49er fan.
Yep.
How about you, Eric? You guys had some real bad luck this past week. I really feel bad about you because I was going to laugh if the Rams, you got a hold of them and knocked the horns off them. I was waiting for that.
Well, I tell you, I think from what I understand, injuries not as bad, and he might be able to play.
Yeah, you know what? So because it's an ankle, right?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, that's hard to maneuver on unless you're Patrick Mahomes. I mean, Mahomes and his ankles kill me. I mean, that big run he broke off in the Super Bowl, I watched him run down the field. I never seen Patrick run that fast. I thought his ankle was supposed to be injured. What was that, bluffing people? Look at him go. So, maybe Geno's like that too. The adrenaline kicks in and he doesn't feel his ankle. But beating the Rams, I want to, if you guys can beat them, I'll be delighted. But I actually do want to see the Rams go in the first round so they can come back. And you know how they're talking trash. Now, Rams, you guys got your opportunity. The 49ers were hurt this year, which gave you a chance. You went into the playoffs, and you were supposed to be representing. You couldn't uphold the same standard. What do you have to say for yourself? I can't wait for that. I mean, they are just disrespectful. Really, I mean, it's just incredible how low they'll go. I mean, I want to see it. That's why I want get them in there. Get them in there. Please get them in there. They don't know nothing about any playoffs. They went one time, but 2 times. They embarrassed the Super Bowl that year and scored a few points. And then the one they won 2 times. And the rest of the time, first in and out, in and out, in and out. So, I can't wait. But good luck to you and the Rams, though. You got 2 weeks. Hey, you got 2 weeks, Eric. Geno could get ready in 2 weeks. You just got to win this week.
Minnesota this week.
Ooh.
Chicago next week.
Oh, you guys got many this week? That's not good. You never know what happens. Minshew, who's out there playing quarterback for the Hawks?
Minnesota?
No, for the Hawks. If Geno doesn't play this Sunday, which probably might be the case, I would think you're gonna. Well, no.
I think we're going back to be Sam Howell.
Oh, Howell. Oh, Minshew is somebody else. Howell used to be pretty good. What happened to him? When he came in for Geno, he looked straight awful.
Yeah.
Well, this is the nature of the game. Look at Detroit. I almost feel sorry for Detroit, but I can't feel sorry for them and not feel. I mean, look at us. I've got my entire roster. Everybody who's anybody's is either on the IR or just can't even function. I mean, so I look at Detroit, and they had a legitimate chance this year to compete. They're done. You're not gonna be able to have shootouts. I mean, some people think they might be able to. Steven thinks that he can shoot out a team all the way to the fourth quarter. I don't know. It's easy to stop a team offensively in the playoffs for some reason because they got too much time between games to figure out schemes to nullify a real potent offense. If your defense is out there on point, chances are you got a better chance to win. That's been proven time and time and again. So I don't know.
Yes. Yeah.
We're going to find out. And this is why I know the Rams aren't going anywhere. The Rams, their offense has improved, I must say. They got a couple of young defenders. Not bad. They're about a draft or 2 away from I actually have to stop bothering them. But it ain't this year. So, let's see what they do.
Yeah, it should be a pretty. I'm actually really concerned about this week's game.
Yeah, with the Minnesota Vikings, of course, you have to be. If any combination of loss and win between them and the Eagles, many could actually leap to the number one seed. Minnesota can't lose. Aren't they tied at 11-2? I think so. 11, 12, 13, 14 else? Yeah, I think they both are only 2 losses.
Yeah, it's
so you guys got to go in and you guys got to fight your butt off for the next 2 weeks. Well, hey, who's your last game?
Last game will be you. It's of the Rams.
Okay. So this week is mini. Who do you play next after mini? I thought the Rams were week after next. That's only 2 games.
Chicago.
Oh, you got Chicago's in the mix. You can beat Chicago. Yeah. Chicago's got some real serious problems going on there. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. The Rams play the Jets. That's going to be interesting. That is really going to be interesting. There's no guarantee the Rams are going to beat the Jets. What I see from the Jets the other day, I watched that game last night, actually. The Jets look like they're about to figure something out offensively for sure. That was the biggest problem.
Yeah, I think
we'll see. Rams can't stop the Jets.
The thing we gotta do is just win this weekend, but I just got a bad feeling if we lose this weekend, that's gonna really give the edge to the Rams.
Yeah.
And now what's
could end up being tied again for another week. So say again?
Now what's with Dan Quinn? Is it possible that you guys can sneak into, or you guys out?
No. If they win three in a row, that would that shouldn't win. They're already a game off the pace. That means that both your team and the Rams would have to also lose out. That's not going to happen.
Oh boy. Yeah. Okay.
Hey,
okay.
We got to go. We got to go. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to see you Friday, and we'll make predictions.
All
right.
All
right. Nigel.
Hey, babe. Hey, what's up, Ronbo? How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing great, man, because I'm on the Nick bandwagon of let's forget about 2024. It was a fluke. It was a wash. Get over it. Let's come back like we always do after the Super Bowl and wipe out the entire NFL. So you know what? I'm ready for that.
Yeah, I'm with you there, man. I think a lot of us are there already. Yeah, it's pretty disappointing season, but it is what it is at this point. I think I've been disappointed since a month and a half ago.
Okay, yeah. No. This season was over. As soon as you start seeing guys dropping like flies, and what are you gonna do? I mean, you can't lose everybody, and then they come back a week or two and go out. That's not how you gonna do. So the people talking trash about the 49ers, talk it. We'll see what happens when the guys come back.
Yeah, we still do have a lot of stars that are signed long term.
Yeah.
It's just as it's been mentioned earlier tonight. What are we going to do with Brock? I don't think you have a choice but to pay him. I mean, who are you going to get? We're talking about Sam Darnold, like
you can't afford.
Some people talk like with right, like you got to have one or the other.
Sam's going to call for big bucks. I don't know what it's going to be, but somebody's going to sign Sam.
And is Minnesota going to let him go?
No, well, I mean, they invested in a draft pick. Now maybe they'll let that kid sit behind Darnold, but they're going to have to pay Darnold as well. I don't know if they're willing to do that.
Yeah.
Darnold could be with the Raiders next year. He could actually be with the Falcons, which would be a great fit for him. But they've already got their project too, so they're not going to bring him to the Falcons. There's several teams that he could end up being with and get a really lucrative payday. I mean, no less than $50 million, especially if he goes in the second round of the playoffs. But that team better have the right pieces around him, though. That's what happened in many.
Yeah, I agree. It's $60 million, man, for a quarterback is rough, man. Jeez, that's gonna handicap something. Something is going to be handicapped as a result of that, and unfortunately, I think what has to happen is we need to go after our. I think somebody mentioned it earlier. The offensive line, we have to beef it up through the draft. I don't know, free agency, both, especially on the right side and the center position, because they're not good. Even last year, Ronbo, I think we were at points ranked 20th in the league on the offensive line, and that's not good. Yeah. That hurts the quarterback, which is already a smaller quarterback that has had 2 injuries to his throwing arm. Now, whether or not that is all due,
all year
long.
Yeah.
I mean, whether or not that's all due to the offensive line, there's some decisions he's made himself that have he's got messed up on. But, that's my whole thing is we shouldn't be using George Kittle as a pseudo lineman half the freaking time. And then we wonder why he's always hurt. I'm like, because the guy's trying to also defend along with the right tackle or whichever side he's on.
And he works hard at it.
290 pound freaking defensive ends, So they have to beef up that offensive line, man, especially if they got to protect the investment. If you're going to pay this guy that much money, you got to give him the best protection possible. Yeah. That's what you have to do, man. I had bought a $1,000 camera, a really nice camera, Ronbo. First thing I did was go and buy a really nice case for it because I want to protect it.
Damn right.
I don't want anything to happen to it.
Because they get dropped
that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So that's my thing with all that. But I think I was just reading up on the Cleveland Browns because I've been intrigued with their defensive coordinator, Jim Schwartz, for a while. And especially because we would hear about him having good games against Kyle. And I'm like, man, he's a pretty good defensive coordinator.
He's one guy that really does.
And I'm like, maybe now this year they're not doing good, but, it makes me grateful to be a Niners fan, Ronbo, because there's Browns articles getting mad at Jim Schwartz because they're not, quote unquote, like mediocre defenses. They're below average defense, and they believe they should at least be an average defense. So, they're at the position where they're just a horrible franchise, man. And they're mad because they're not just mediocre, I mean, that's what they're looking at. At least we went to the Super Bowl last year.
They got to move out of Cleveland.
Yeah. But I think we should maybe go after Jim Schwartz maybe as a dark horse for the defensive coordinator.
Well, they haven't fired him yet, have they?
Well, no. But there's articles talking trash on him, though.
You don't know if the FO is mad at him, though. See, because like fans are mad at Kyle. Jed could care less.
Yeah, I agree. I just think Nick Sorensen, man, is a little bit over his head with this job, just a little bit. He's doing as admirable, I think, of a job as he can possibly do, being thrust into that position, because I don't feel like he really wanted it. I feel like they kind of were under the gun on trying to find somebody, and they couldn't, and they're like, man, we need you.
It was between him and Staley. I really think we may be a little overreacting. He lost a lot of people. I mean, you got Fred out there, the broken ankle. Dre's not there. Hufanga's not there. He's got a bunch of youngsters out there doing the best they can. We might be getting a little rough on him. The frontline defense Nick was out how many weeks? Sometimes it's not always just the coordinator as much as it is just the obvious facts of players missing. You can't make you went to places where the punch in the bowl it sucked because they used cheap ingredients or something. I have a feeling part of it.
Yeah, I agree.
There, we look good, but when they're not, we look like.
I agree to an extent, Ronbo. I do agree with you to an extent, but at the end of the day, like, am I going to trust somebody that has like experience? Way more experience than somebody that hasn't really proven themselves, and when they gave him a chance, I understand he didn't have the horses to roll with, but the facts are the facts, and a lot of other positions and players and coaches are held to those types of standards. I feel maybe we look into that, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm behind the 49ers no matter what.
I'm just saying, look how good Detroit was, and their players went down. Now they're giving up a lot of points, too. I don't know what's going on in Buffalo. Yeah. Robert Saleh, first year. I kept telling people, get Robert Saleh the hell out of here in the first year. I said, guys, you got to have tools.
I did, too.
You got to have tools in order to work. Can he get some people first? This is a smart guy. So, I'm never quick to judge a coordinator who hasn't got any players. I just can't. No matter who you put out there, they're going to have a similar situation.
I agree with you. I just think that if I feel like there's an upgrade out there, and if it was a possibility, why not? But anyway, yeah.
You always
but I agree with you there, Ronbo. We'll see. I think you're right. I think Sorensen's probably going to stay here because Kyle likes him. The players like him. Yeah. And it's kind of one of those things where, that's what they do on this team. They click up sometimes. If they like you, they like you. And if not, you're probably an outsider.
And take you to Cabo. We got to go.
Yeah, that's it.
I'll see you Friday.
Yep. Thanks for taking my call, man. You all have a good night, and we'll talk to you all a little bit later.
Looking forward to it, fam. Bye. All right. Night, Michael. Nigel. All right. And there's Danny, the Cowboy fan. Hey, Danny.
What up, Ronbo?
Hey, Danny, man, we're just sitting back here and thinking about the future.
How's it going?
Well, it's 2025 already. We're waiting. Here we go, 2025, because 2024 is over.
Time flies.
Yeah, I know. It's really funny because next season we'll be here in just a few minutes too. Because, maybe this year we'll have a little more rest because last year we were in the Super Bowl.
Especially my Cowboys. Listen, the Commanders have to lose 3, okay? The Rams have to lose 2, Cardinals have to lose 1, and you guys have to lose 1 also. And Seattle has to lose, I'm not sure how many, but they're not going to win any because that's the backup quarterback for Seattle.
Yeah.
So Seattle's going to suck.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny
for Brock Purdy,
if what you just said comes into fruition? That would be hilarious.
It's magical miracle playoffs for us.
Because quite frankly, I don't think my office is going to do a lot of work between now and the end of the season. We'll lose, but by close scores. You'll see things like 14-10 and things like that probably with the 49ers going on. But no, I don't think anybody's going to get a whole lot of points on the 49ers. We don't have an offense right now that can muster up any points or do things like they usually do. So
because it's going to come down to Commanders and Falcons. And whoever wins that game, I think it was, Commanders and Falcons. And then whoever wins that game has to play Dallas. So it's going to come down to that because it's going to, all 3 of their games, they're going to lose all 3, but at very last, they're going to play us because they want a rematch with us.
Hey,
because since we beat them in Washington.
You got 8 wins already, right?
No, 6 wins so far.
Oh, I thought you had 8. Okay,
no,
so
not yet.
9.
So if we win, because we have the Bucs this Sunday.
That's gonna be tough. Okay, so
it's not Ronbo. It's in Dallas.
So? I know, but how many, Danny? How many times you guys won in Dallas this year?
0.
That's what I was thinking. I don't know. That could be tough.
Because DeMarcus Lawrence didn't play. He's like, I'm not coming back to play to be injured. He doesn't like that to be like that. So he's like he wants to be out until he gets better to gradually play.
All right. Hold on a second here. That's too much. Let's give Rams swept Niners. Give him one warning. Rams, you got 24 hours to think about. I told you and your brethren, no political comments and overtones, and personal attacks are out of the question. That was outrageous. Get out. All right, go ahead, Danny.
Yep. What
so,
was I saying? I was
talking about... Hey, do you want your team to go to the playoffs now?
It's going to come down to Cowboys and Commanders at the very last minute for us to play them again because they want to have a rematch.
Oh, hey, that's right. Commanders in your division. I just realized.
Yeah, so they want a rematch again, so we're going to beat them.
They've slid down
that
too.
That makes us a playoff berth.
Really? Well, that's interesting. The Commanders have come
because
down
they have to play the Falcons first. The Commanders and Falcons.
Yeah.
And then whoever wins that game, I think Falcons will win that one.
No,
I'm not sure where it's going to be. I think it's going to be in the Falcons Stadium. I'm not sure if it is.
It's going to be interesting to see the Falcons anyway with the new with Penix. I think it's Penix. Who's that? Who's their quarterback? The kid he just drafted?
I think Penix. Yeah, Penix that we're talking about.
Yeah, he's going to play this week because they've had enough of Kirk. And
yeah, because their quarterback sucked. What's his name? The other guy who used to play for Kirk Cousins, that trash.
Well, Kirk used to be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I don't know.
Not anymore.
I know, is it Kirk's, does his ankle or something? Kirk was doing things yesterday so gently and carefully. There was no aggressiveness like Kirk usually does. He wasn't throwing into tight windows.
They taped up his ankle, I think. That's why.
Yeah, he's not healthy. I don't know. What worries me is Kyle Shanahan's probably thinking about him and probably called him
Kirk Cousins needs to retire, just like Carson Wentz.
Hey, did Carson Wentz finally leave the league? I didn't even realize that.
I think he was with his Chiefs at the very last. Do you remember that?
Oh, I did see his face. That's right. He's with the Chiefs. Listen, I'm telling you right now, if Kirk gets released,
he's going to mess them up.
Cousins is a 49er next year. He'll be a backup. They're not going to start him, but he will be on the bench, and Kyle will be he'll have to be contained. He finally got his baby. Because, Kyle brought Kirk into the league.
Kyle Shanahan's going to go somewhere else, bro. He's not going to stay.
Kyle Shanahan, you think, Kirk Cousins or Kyle?
Kyle.
Oh, you think Kyle's leaving San Francisco?
Yeah, because I think, who's better off? If you bring in the head coach from the Green Bay Packers, he's good.
LaFleur. Everybody seems to like the Detroit offensive coordinator. Kyle and the Bears.
Jonathan? No, not Jonathan. What's his name?
I can't. Anyway, people want the Bears to trade for Kyle. I don't.
Bears suck this year. They lost last Monday night.
Maybe Kyle can make a difference. Where Kyle goes, teams generally win, though. I don't see Jed's not going to let Kyle leave. He's not leaving. I would bet big bucks on that. And Kyle's already told people he likes to be in there. So
because I might bring back, they're going to bring in the Packers head coach. I think LaFleur.
LaFleur's not leaving.
He's good. I like him.
But what makes you think he's going to leave Green Bay?
Now he's going to get tired of it pretty soon.
Maybe, Danny. I don't know. Listen, we got to go, though. I'll be back Friday, and let's talk some more ball. All right?
All right, man. Love you, bro.
Hey, good luck to you.
All
right.
Bye. Bye.
Yo, Double A.
What's up, Ronbo?
Double A, man. As I say, I already started 2025. I mean, I got no feeling about this game. I mean, you know what? For that reason, I'm gonna have fun with that score this weekend or Friday. I'm gonna call something really silly because it doesn't matter. All I want to know is that defense for real? I think if they do that again, I'm gonna lose my mind. They are real. Nick's on to something here. That frontline defense is crushing. The secondary is already damn decent. Now, when I get Renardo Green, Mustafa, and up to a little higher speed, Ambry Thomas is out of here. We're probably going to draft another cornerback. Look out, AA! Uh-oh! We're looking good. But because the offense, I'm not worried about the offense. Kind of get that offense back up. But we need the defense to do what they do. What are you thinking? Between paying Brock Purdy and is Nick excited? Is it a good thing? Is he off? Is he expecting too much? What do you think?
Yeah, I think what Nick Bosa was saying that, guys like Leonard Floyd, he's been playing better in the second half of the season.
He caught on. It took him all the season, but he did.
Yeah, and your Turk Gross-Matos playing really good.
Him, but I'm just worried. Can he stay on the field? Oh, he can play. Then when he leaves a big gap.
Yeah.
We'll see.
and they probably going to need to draft some more, maybe one or two D line in the draft.
Oh, it's John Lynch. You're definitely going to get some D linemen, promise you.
Yeah.
Even if it's a UDFA, like Anderson. Hey, Aaron, do you watch college football?
Yeah.
Did you know anything about that big dude?
Yeah. I think he played at University of Florida Atlantic.
Because
but
what he's doing now, I did not expect. UDFA, that's a big guy. Okay, put him in the middle, see what he does. He does quite well, doesn't he? He just needs time to play. So you let Javon go. I got Malik. I got this kid Anderson who's being groomed in the spot. I go pick up another big kid, 3rd round, because we're not getting running back in the 3rd round, thank you. So the table is set for good things if they just do it right.
Yeah, he I think he's been solid this year, since he stepped on the field, and it's like
he's gonna get a lot of playing time for the next 3 weeks too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and our secondary is pretty good, like Demo, of course, with Mal Mustafa, Renardo Green.
Yeah. All of those guys are solid. This looks like the most solid secondary we've had in a long time. Really long time. I suspect the 49ers are going to look for one more, because I don't think we're going to get a free agent. See if they can draft one more. I mean, they did a good job this year to draft for secondary guys. Niners, can you do that one more time?
Yeah, they'll probably draft a corner, to add
Ambry's leaving. That's cold.
Oh yeah, he's been waived today.
Hey, double A, can you imagine you're sitting at home, your leg is propped up on something, your lady or your mom or somebody is bringing things to eat and drink, and you're sitting there watching TV, and the 49ers hadn't gotten around to telling you yet. And Ambry Thomas, we're told, has been waived by the 49ers. What? Mama, give me the phone. Hey, give me the phone. Ambry, you had 2 years, and you look like booty. Come on, man. He'll probably be back, though. Nobody's going to pick up Ambry Thomas. Would you pick up Ambry Thomas off of waivers? When he wasn't that good anyway?
I mean, I'll only bring him back, for depth, as a backup. But
he's gonna get a tryout. If I'm bringing in competition, he either beats people out or it's gonna be this year. Ambry, man, that's it. Yeah, bye. 49ers gonna have to start playing hardball with some people. Debo can get beat out too. If the 49ers pull a wide receiver, and we're going to, if Ricky Pearsall is straight money in preseason, I love Debo like a brother, but come on, Debo, man, you can go ahead, take your money, go shopping, get you another car, but man, you can't. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. I just that fumble pass. Oh no. You asked for the ball, we gave it to you, and you dropped it. Damn. Oh.
But yeah, I mean, for the ones who, like, it's special for the people who kind of the bandwagon from Brock Purdy. What other quarterback you gonna find better than Brock? Cause we can't be just going back, to the trade lance where we traded up 3 first-round picks and
Jed probably told him in no uncertain terms, don't do that again, guys. There are times of time when you got to say things like that. You got to tell people, I said, 2 picks, 2 years, first-round picks. You gave up too much to begin with. So
right,
Brock will be okay. I think we're we need to judge him on his whole body of work. I don't know that we should just decide that this year is who he is. That's the thing. I'm like that. I say, come on, man. I mean, I don't even. Remember that time he's laying on the ground on his shoulder? It looked like they just broke it, and he got up and kept playing. I said, I don't know. There's something wrong with Brock. I think health-wise, he's not 100%. We'll see. But anyway.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Pop.
We gotta
go.
Yeah. And our number one priority is fixed in the trenches, especially on the offensive line.
Every year that's an issue, especially on the offensive line, is right. Double A, I'm going to see you Friday, and we're going to talk about this game. This is a relaxed atmosphere for the rest of the season. I'll see you Friday, all right? Appreciate you, fam.
All right, Ronbo. Have a good night.
You too. Night, Jalen. I'm looking at Jalen. Good night, Double A. Is there an L missing here? Is that Jalen? Jalen!
Ronbo.
Yes.
Ronbo.
Yes.
What's up, Ronbo?
I mean, Nick, I ain't even thinking about the offense no more. I'm all about the defense. Hey, man, it broke my heart, man. I'm all about the defense now.
The defense has been a steaming pile of shit this year, but I guess they did better.
Wait a minute now. I mean, I got a broken ankle all-pro linebacker. I got another guy that should have been an all-pro linebacker that wasn't there. I got a Pro Bowl safety, wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? I got plenty of excuses for you, Jalen. You want me to go on or you want to go ahead?
I mean, it's the Ronbo, injuries are our excuse every year.
I mean, that's always the way it's going to be. If we ever have a healthy season, ain't nobody going to stop the 49ers then.
No, Ronbo, but see, here's the thing, Ronbo. I'm going to need you to understand. You play football. You're not going to get that. These are grown men that are 200-plus pounds running into each other. We're not going to get a fully healthy year. Are you serious?
I know.
It's not going to happen, Ronbo. Let's just be real.
Impact.
It's not going to happen.
Speed.
You asked for the impossible.
Well, we had it a couple of times. That's the only reason why we got this.
No, we haven't, Ronbo. Because even in those times we had it, you'd be like, "Oh, we were injured in the."
Well, not everybody was out. I mean, we didn't have 2 or 3 people and 4 people out though.
Ronbo, what's the one reason why you bring up we lost that Rams NFC Championship? I had a left tackle hobbling on his left leg. Jimmy G had a busted shoulder. So and even if we are healthy, somebody's going to say, oh, our players were
I know, you're going to be something, right? I got Kwaski T that put butter on his hands or something, put too much lotion before the game started. Kwaski! Oh, my God! The ball hit you in the chest! Oh, God! So, you know.
Let me remind you that the Rams did drop 2 wide open touchdowns that game, Ronbo. So it works both ways.
They made a couple mistakes, so maybe it equals out. But in the first place, that pass that Jimmy missed George Kittle, that was their bread and butter play. Jimmy missed George by 15 miles. I said, Jimmy.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Don't do Jimmy like that.
No, I mean that play was Jimmy was playing out there.
It's time to start asking this question. Honestly, what has Brock Purdy done that Jimmy G hasn't? It's time to start asking that question.
I ain't asking it. You know what?
It's time to start. What? No, Ronbo. What has he done that Jimmy G hasn't?
Well, matter of fact, there's been a few things, but not many. I agree.
I mean, like NFC Championship, Super Bowl. Won a lot of games, won a lot of playoff games.
Yeah.
One thing Jimmy G didn't do was get swept by the goddamn Rams.
Well, that's true.
I can tell you that. That didn't happen.
Yeah. That's why the Rams went and picked him up. They didn't want to be bothered with him anywhere else.
Man, look, I'm not trying to give Jimmy G Brock Purdy, I'm not giving him $50 million. I'm sorry. I'm not giving him $50 million.
Jalen, here's the thing about you when we get into these conversations. Now, you get rid of people, but you don't fill the void up with anything in particular. Now, what are you going to do?
I'm not getting rid of Brock Purdy. Whoa. Why do you think I'm getting rid of Brock Purdy? I'm not giving him $50 million.
Oh, okay. You can keep, but don't pay him $50.
Yeah,
okay.
Ronald, whoa.
Nobody wants to pay. You know what, though? Nobody wants to pay him that much. So for no other reason than you gut the roster by doing that because guys got to go in order to pay him.
Ronald, I'll give Brock Purdy maybe like 130.
You got to give at least 55. Trevor Lawrence got 55.
55?
I mean, look at Trevor Lawrence. I mean, but the thing is, if his agent, I said, look, guys, look at Trevor Lawrence. He's getting $55 million, and he's doing jack all. All right.
But that's Trevor Lawrence. He was a projected first-round pick. He was a first overall pick.
Jordan Love leads the league in interceptions, guys. Work with me here. I'm telling you right now, you guys got a good deal in Brock Purdy. He works well with your system. The guys on the team, he got chemistry. He'll be better next year. I'm telling you what he's just going to do.
I'm not looking at the comments right now. If there's any of y'all in the comments saying that Brock Purdy deserves, I'm not going to say deserves, because of course he deserves money. Yeah. But if y'all think that man $50 million, that man is not no. I'm sorry, y'all. I love Brock Purdy.
Same thing. Look at Tua's getting paid.
Ronbo.
You've got to look at the market.
Ronbo, hey, Ronbo, check this out. I don't think Tua should have got $50 million.
Well,
I'm gonna be real with you, but that's Tua.
Jalen, you got those over-the-counter medications that send you to the moon tonight, man. What are you talking about? He's definitely worth $50 million, bro. I give him Brock Purdy $60 million 4 years, man.
All right,
4 years, $60 million.
Casey, thanks. Let David talk.
Jimmy G was worth that money that we gave him. I'm pretty sure Jimmy G worth the money we gave him, Ronbo? All that money we gave him?
Well, at the time, he had proven that he could do that, and he got it.
In 6 games?
Well, the 49ers, remember, when Jimmy left, the 49ers melted down to the dirt. Every time he got hurt, the 49ers went right down the tubes. When he came back in, all of a sudden we went right back up. So he did help the team win.
I ain't giving that man no $50 million. Y'all crazy, dog.
Well, we're not wanting to give it to him, Jalen. We're just saying he's going to get
35. I'll give him 35. A year? Yeah.
Jalen, franchise quarterbacks. Oh no, you can't. He's not going to stay for 35, and he should.
$35 million a year?
He's doing better than some of the people who are getting paid way more than he is.
But you got to. Ronbo, look at the talent around him. Ronbo, look at what he looks like when he doesn't have talent around him.
Look what anybody looks like without talent around him.
No, but those guys are still like, look at what they're physically capable of doing, though. Like, these are big arm guys that can take it from 60. Like, they physically are like, Ronbo.
Jay, honestly, I can't offer an argument. All I'm saying is his accomplishments, your achievement is what you're rated by.
Yes. But yeah, I guess here's what I'm saying. The 40. Okay, let me rephrase what I'm trying to say. Brock Purdy does deserve $50 million, but the 49ers can use the leverage of they can push it against him to say that he doesn't deserve it. Ronbo, the 49ers can definitely say that. They can be, they can do some things to be like, hey, when these guys are out, you ain't looking too hot. We had that streak, and when we lost like 3 games, you kept throwing picks. Like, the 49ers, they can lowball him. They could do it. I think yes, I think he deserves $50 million. But I really think the 49ers are going to try to shortchange him because of the stuff that he hasn't been able to do with the right talent around him.
Well, but when the right talent was around him, look what he did. See, you
got
go by that example.
But you got to think. You got to have a guy. The quarterback has to be able to boost the people up that aren't good. You know what I mean?
It would be nice.
They got to be able to elevate talent, Ronbo.
It's a compelling argument, and it's going to continue all the way until he gets paid. Well,
I could have rephrased it better. I think he does deserve $50 million, but I don't think.
Look at Jawan Jennings, bro. Look, what has he done to Jawan Jennings? What has he done to Jawan Jennings? Come on, Jalen.
Was a beast before. Don't do that. Jawan was a beast before Brock Purdy.
Jalen, let's do. We're going to do this for. We're going to do this for the next 3 months. We got to stop it right now. I will see you Friday. Okay, let me give you a holler.
He was cooking with Jimmy.
Niners!
Oh no, man! Oh no. Jawan Jennings was cooking with Jimmy G.
Jalen, let's continue Friday. All right, fam. Jalen's serious about that too. Hey, Bill.
I've been waiting. I agree with the caller. I'm going to state why. I agree with him 100%. I'm going to state why.
Okay.
1, he's not swept by the Rams. Jimmy G never got swept by the Rams. 2, he's been hurt. He's been injured. We still don't know how good that arm's going to hold out that he had. If he gets one injury, we don't know if it's going to be a career-ending injury. And 3, I know it's a long ways away, but there's a once-in-a-generational talent quarterback I've been watching that's going to come into the NFL.
Bill,
that if we can get a quarterback, grab him and replace him.
Bill, hold on a second. Juice Man, give him at least 30 minutes. Juice Man, you don't spam in here with that kind of BS, okay? I don't want you in here anyway. Come back and do it again, and we'll be relieved of you forever. You like coming in, clowning, and having fun. Behave or be gone. All right, Bill, go ahead.
And we got a once-in-a-generational quarterback coming in three more years from now. That's going to be way better than Brock Purdy and any other quarterback in the NFL.
Bill, who is that?
I'm not spoiling the fun. I'm going to state this. I'm going to see what he does before anybody. I want to be able to state stats and facts and all this. And I'm going to tell you what we need to build around in case that quarterback we got, Brock Purdy, don't pan out. All right, Brock Purdy's been injured. He got swept by the Rams, and he lost the Super Bowl. All right, and let's see what he does next year. Brock Purdy needs to hold out on his rookie deal and see what we got, or take a $20 million a year contract. If you don't like that, then set out. We go find Sam Darnold or some other quarterback to replace him. I'm sure we could possibly maybe sweet talk Tom Brady out of retirement or something. But here's the deal. We do not need to pay Brock Purdy no $50 million. You do that, and he falls and gets injured or has a career-ending injury, then what? Then what? Then what, Ronbo? Or he degresses lower than Jimmy, and Jimmy becomes better than him at that point. Ronbo, we got to stop thinking that, he needs to get 50. We need to calm down, slow our brakes, and see what he's got next year before we start talking about $50 million. I want us to have 6 Super Bowls. I want a Super Bowl win. If we go paying people because they had a good stat, we're never going to have 6.
Bill, I look around the league, especially this last year, all the kids that came in from the draft, and a percentage of them aren't even playing in the first-round picks. Quarterbacks don't grow on trees. If I knew where we could get another quarterback to come in and replace him that does a better job, I'm sure the 49ers would jump on that real quick. Bill, you got to be careful about what if you get something that's worse? You're going to go get another quarterback? You got a kid coming in 3 years? We can't wait 3 more years. We got to have a quarterback now.
What if you pay him and you're wrong? Then you hurt the team. You got him for 4 years, a quarterback not playing good, and we're still going to get that other quarterback. Yeah. What if we pay him and we're wrong and we end up getting lucky and we still get that quarterback?
Yeah, I know, but the thing is...
we don't have Debo, we don't have IU, we don't have Bosa, we don't have anybody because we paid Brock.
Well, okay, the first year's a worse year when it comes to that. I mean, next year, the contract, things sort of level off. Patrick Mahomes, his money's not even hurting the Chiefs anymore. Yeah, here's the thing. You can't just keep getting shuffling quarterbacks like cards. It's not going to work either. You're still going to lose.
Because all these other teams that paid their quarterback, like Tua, I haven't seen them in the playoffs. And they even won a Super Bowl. All these people paying all these good quarterbacks, other than the Chiefs, are not winning Super Bowls.
Okay. Joe Burrows, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes,
no Super Bowl.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, no Super Bowl.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. You only sometimes you just got to roll the dice. You're not going to be able to. An accident could happen and take out any quarterback in the league. That's the way it is. You can't just throw him out because you don't think he's worth the money, and then you go get something else.
I'm not saying throw him out. He could ride his rookie year contract out. If he don't like it, then he could take a $20 million, or we could just set him for the year. He could set for the year because it's rolling the dice too soon.
Bill,
you're rolling the dice too soon.
Here's an option. Now, you and I both know that if Kirk Cousins is released and they go by what you're saying, you're going to have Kirk Cousins next year as a quarterback. You okay with that?
Hey, at least we know what we're getting.
I mean, Brock is. I think he deserves more time. He's earned it. You don't really think he earned any more time? And as far as the payday goes, I mentioned some people that are already getting paid a lot of money that aren't doing jack. I mean, how would you like Trevor Lawrence on your team? I don't know. Trevor is like, he looks good when he's out there, and this year he looked good. He was healthy most of the time, and he still didn't look like anything special. And he's got great teammates around him. And what happened to Jordan Love? I mean, Jordan, what are you doing? You're leading the league in INTs. It's just the way it goes.
We need people to block in the front. We need McCaffrey. And I know you're rough on Debo. But I believe if Debo came back next year, he would be back with a vengeance. Everybody's having a rough year this year. I don't want to lose Debo. I don't, because I'm afraid we're going to lose him when he balls out. Now, as far as Bell is concerned, Bell could go to another team. He had enough time. He didn't even show any spark of life the whole time he was here in the Niners. So, we need, but see, I think Debo should take a pay cut as well. And as far as IU seems to be taking his time.
You need to be the 49ers front office, Bill. You'd be hilarious. I can see him now. It'd be like looking like a bar fight in that front office.
There would be a bar fight. You ain't producing. I want 6 rings, man. What did Bill Walsh do?
Bill, we got to stop though. I tell you what, bring that energy back. I'm actually enjoying this.
What would Bill Walsh do? Give me a shout out.
Okay, Bill. Well, Bill gets rid of people before they go decay. Niners! Bill, I'll see you Friday, fam. My God, you guys are passionate about the Brock. Boy, it's just wow. They just hate him. Hey, Case, come on in here, man. Let's get together and give Brock a little love. My God, that onslaught and attack was brutal.
No, Ronbo, not be very 6-8.
Yeah. Well, and it's going to get worse. I actually don't. We're going to Miami in warm weather. They love playing in warm weather.
$100 million in a few years. So to be able to give Brock Purdy $60 million a year actually is kind of doable. So,
and the 49ers knew this was coming. One thing about our organization, they're pretty brilliant when it comes to holding on to talent. I don't know how they've kept all those guys on the roster with as much money they're getting paid now. And when they went and got Javon Hargrave, I said, "What? Where'd that money come from?" Well, it's coming back. Hargrave, I don't know what kind of dead cap it's going to be. Yeah, I can hear you. But we're going to get rid of Hargrave.
Yeah. The top 4 or 5 players on their payroll this year are pretty much out of the game right now. So, and Trent, Christian, Chavarius,
it's a tragedy. That was
it's been absolutely brutal.
Yeah, that's just anything could go wrong with the 49ers this year did go wrong.
It did, yeah. Yeah. But, Ronbo, I'm not here to talk about the San Francisco 49ers. I am.
Okay, go ahead. Because it's rather depressing, isn't
it?
Oh,
man. It's just a rough year, man. Here we are in December talking about next year's Super Bowl.
Well, it's going to be crazy because the 49ers will be back next year because they'll have a normal round of rest. That means a lot after 4 years of dominating.
Yeah.
And then they're going to come back with an attitude and healthy. Anybody in NFC that thinks that's not scary, they're going to be in for a rude awakening. I'm looking forward to it.
And I really hope that they've learned from this off season, and are ready to prepare for a better off season. I don't want to see these guys in Mexico. Kyle, check.
Casey, are you in the Cobble area in the off season? Because you're going to run into them, yeah.
Oh man, I want to see these guys back in the weight room.
On your way to the pool. Kyle, is that Debo? Hey, guys, can I get you the side pay?
Oh man,
because everybody knows who that click's about.
Wasn't there a story of Jerry Rice, won the Super Bowl and went back in the weight room the next day or something like that?
No, that's a different breed of player. They don't have those anymore.
Yeah. Different age, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have a player in the NFL that's going to cut his finger off if that's going to keep him from playing. Not going to happen.
I know, man.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So by today's standard,
who do we have up next, Ronbo?
We're playing the Miami Dolphins, and we're going to them, and they're going to be in their warm weather element. And I want to see how well our defense performs against them. I don't know about the offense. Dolphins' defense isn't all that, so maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I'm really surprised about the Dolphins this year, but of course Tua hasn't been healthy.
Yeah, see, again, you can't lose key people and expect for a team to keep grinding on. That's why you pay him that much money. That's how important he is to that team's. They're not going to go anywhere without him.
So,
a lot of teams are without him.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't do without your best players.
Well, I really don't like the idea that Brock doesn't, elevate the people around him. He really does. Like, I don't know. I really don't know where that's coming from.
What anger?
Jawan Jennings is having a career year.
George Kill's having a great year.
I mean, that doesn't make any sense. There is no argument about that. I don't know where that comes from. But
if Christian McCaffrey was playing this year, we wouldn't be having this conversation, and the Rams wouldn't have won that game. Do you know how many things would have changed? I just think Christian McCaffrey. Maybe I would just get Christian McCaffrey and Trent Williams. Well, we can roll with that.
Yeah.
But you can't have them all out.
Have you ever? Have you? Ronbo, you've been watching the NFL for a few years. Yeah. Has that ever crossed your mind that Purdy doesn't elevate the people around him? I mean, what?
Oh, okay, see, that's why Kyle Shanahan's system is unique. He doesn't need to do anything but his job. The team is not totally dependent upon Brock Purdy. He needs to be able to do his job, but he doesn't have to elevate anybody.
I think that kind of is a side. It's almost a dig without saying it about Purdy not having like a deep ball, because he does. But does he have like a Dante Culpepper arm? No.
Not many people do. But yeah, I So does he have the strongest arm? No. Can he make really amazing throws? Yeah. He impresses me with some of his throws sometimes. I go, wow, that was a great throw, So I'm set on Purdy. I think everything he does, the little things that he does, are worth whatever, he should get. So, and the salary cap projections are just ridiculous over the next few years. So it's going to make sense. Parag does a good job of paying, backloading the contracts and whatnot or whatever. So, they're going to be fine. I mean, that's that's the way the NFL goes. The cap's going to expand, and the 49ers know what they're doing. They don't seem to be freaking out about what they're going to do next. We've drafted pretty well. I don't think that they built this team. They know how to build a team now. They've got all experience, and they did a good job. So I don't know that we should be panicking about the money as much as we do. Javon Hargrave, I think, and also possibly Debo. Could be cap casualties.
I mean, the biggest thing that they need to do in the offseason is get a new defensive coordinator. If they can get Salah back, if they get Brunskill back, I mean, it's over, But,
I'm with you on that, man. Get Brunskill back in here. The guy played with a lot of heart, and he got it done most of the time, actually. Brunskill doesn't get enough credit for what he did. Robert Saleh's not coming back here now. It becomes a thing of shame. You went to the Jets and you got ran out of New York by Aaron Rodgers, and you come running back to Kyle. At least he's going to have to wait another year, though.
Maybe Kyle's right on, Ronbo.
Anyway,
thank you for holding the fort down on this Tuesday night. There's not many full-grown men. I would wait 2 hours to talk to you on a Tuesday, but
you make that
you happen to be one of them, Ronbo. So.
I'm grateful to you. In case you didn't know it.
Yeah, Ronbo.
You got to drive down the road, because I feel bad that you're not doing what you do. There's those Indian casinos and things like that. You got to get there, man.
No, it's all good, man. Yeah. It's all good. I got a full plate right now, and I got a lot on my menu here. So yeah.
All right. Well, go ahead and take.
But I will be back in Reno in January, so I'll be making some good bets then and whatnot, and I'll be asking Shabazz for his opinion and whatnot. Yeah. So
Shabazz is breaking down.
All right, Ronbo.
All right, Phil. Appreciate you, Casey.
Have a blessed night. Thank you, Ronbo.
Thanks. And there he is. He is Terror Dome. That sounds like a movie title. Terror Dome.
Hey.
What to
Ronbo, what's going on, man?
Night. I'm sitting up. I'm already excited about next year. which is really unusual for us because, normally every year we're just, man, we just got to win this game. We got the number 1 seed. Man, we've been doing that for how long now, right? And all of a sudden we come up short.
It's been a while.
Yeah, so I'm cool with
this.
We
got used to it.
I'm kind of grateful.
Call them rich people problems. We got first world problems.
Exactly.
Look,
that's a good way to put it.
Tell Muffy, I don't know if I'm taking the Land Rover or the Mercedes.
And give the reins to the horse because you just got to be playing polo out on all that real estate you got out back.
Yes. My God. For Christmas, all we're doing is Aspen? My God. What are we, Neanderthal?
Can you when you said that, I thought about Debo and Mr. Fashion Icon and got so many cars in the garage, he has to rent another garage down the street.
Look at that.
God damn.
That what that money do to you, Ronbo.
I understand, but you got to play football, man.
A little bit. You worried about the wrong stuff. Hey man, we gotta pay our guy. I know we want to stay team friendly, and I hear the callers, and they want it to be one way, but it's the other way. I did the math, Ronbo. I did my research. OverTheCap.com says projected quarterback franchise tag will be around 41.3 next year. 41.3. They're projecting out for 2025. That's the courtesy of everybody buying that YouTube, Peacock, Prime, and all that good stuff. The salary cap is going up, and the percentage of a quarterback salary will go up commensurate with how it goes up. Ronbo, I'm going to speak really, really quick right now because I know you got other callers to go into, but I want everybody to, within the sound of my voice, within the people, listen up real quick. Let me give you about 60 seconds right now. Ronbo, since 2020, we're looking at quarterbacks that have been drafted. We're looking at names like Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Tua, Jordan Love, Jalen Hurts, Jake Fromm, Jacob Eason, and James Morgan. The only ones commiserate with one Brock Purdy would be possibly Joe Burrow, who played in an AFC championship and a Super Bowl, and he lost as well. If we move forward to 2021, we're looking at Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Mac Jones, Kyle Trask, that's what his name is, Kellen Mond, Davis Mills, Sam Ellinger, and Felipe Franks. We don't even know what some of those people are. We go forward on over to 2022. We're looking at Kenny Pickett, Desmond Ridder, Malik Willis, Matt Corral, Bailey Zappi, ladies and gentlemen. Sam Howell, Chris Gladkin, and Skylar Thompson. We don't even know what some of those guys are. And if we go all the way back to 2019, it's Dwayne Haskins, Daniel Jones, Will Greer, Drew Lock, Ryan Finley, Jarrett Stidham, Kyler Murray, and some other names. I don't even know who these guys are, Clayton Thompson and Trace McSorley. What I'm saying is, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about looking for somebody in the draft, and you wouldn't take May 1 them drafted folks in the last since 2020, that's 4 years, and you think you're going to just throw this kid away and pick up a new one, and because they got a big arm and they can talk this and they can talk that. It's simply not going to happen. The odds are against you. The gods are as well. You got a quarterback that took you to and has as many or more playoff wins, conference championships, and Super Bowl appearance, to which he took the great Patrick Mahomes to a 19-19 tie at the end of regulation and was ahead of him after regulation. Would have won it if we had one block made. And we're looking at throwing this kid away. All I ask is all of y'all, within the sound of my voice, within on this channel, where were you 1 year ago last year? Where were you? I didn't hear none of y'all saying anything. Y'all was as quiet as a mouse pissing on cotton. But now everybody got their opinion. Now everybody coming out. Brandon Ayuk was not a 1,000-yard receiver until Brock Purdy came. Juwan Jennings was not the number one guy until Brock Purdy came. Listen to yourself. And if you say he's just like Jimmy G, it's just Jimmy G, I want to direct you for another 15 seconds. James Garoppolo came into the National Football League in 2014. I know some of y'all think that history began when he came to the San Francisco 49ers. No, he did not. He sat on the bench beside the greatest quarterback that has ever lived and watched the greatest organization in the last 25 years operate. Since 2014, he took the champagne ride before he got to Santa Clara, California. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're comparing him to Brock Purdy, that was a 5-year veteran who sat behind the great Tom Brady with 667 touchdowns, 89,214 yards, 10 Super Bowl appearances, and 7 championships. And he came in here and he's matching that guy a year before Brock Purdy was having a book bag, banging cheerleaders and making his bones in Iowa State, and that's who you compare him to? A 5-year veteran. Listen to yourself.
Terradome, that was the perfect perspective. By the way, Terradome has his own channel as well. TarrerDome. If you think this is something, you need to check him out. Terradome. Fam, that was brilliant.
I feel like I can walk on water.
Hey, man.
Listen, let me,
Glory
hey, Jalen,
to God.
Jalen, I hope you were taking notes. There will be a quiz Friday. I'm saying we need to watch what we ask for. I was thinking about all those names of quarterbacks that came in the first round and are no longer even affiliated with the NFL.
They ain't even there. There you go. And the first thing we throw out is, he was our first round pick. Man, it don't matter where you pick. The great Rakim said, it ain't where you're from, it's where you're at. Since you have to go, I have to show improve and do that dance until it don't move. That's all you need is soul, self-esteem, and release. The rest is up to you. Rakim will say peace.
Terry, we got to go. And I'll
God bless you. Thank you so much, Ronbo. Thank you, man. Thank you for your platform. Thank you for all that you do. And thank you how you do it, brother. You're looking sweet in that sweatsuit, too.
You like that
golden
scarf. Thanks, fam.
It looked good on you.
Appreciate it.
All right, my brother.
All right, Terry. Talk later. There he goes.
Bye-bye, man.
Also, and if you're on X, you'll see Terradome every now and he holds. Usually when I see that, I'm in transit and I haven't got time to stop. But Terradome holds shows on X as well. You'll see him. You'll say Terradome is. Go in and follow him on X. Guy's amazing. Let's go see who was that. Yo, Betola.
Hey, Ronbo.
I told Thomas, that's why I put it on backwards. I'm doing my Brock Purdy invitation today. I loved when they got on about that. Hey, Bethel, come on in, man, because we're talking about Brock Purdy's very sensitive subject about him getting a raise. Also, the good part is Nick Bosa has an extremely good point. If that defense, which the 49ers are more famous for than anything, if that defense comes back around next year, and I got a feeling they're going to, because that's usually what happens after they get beat up like this the couple of times that we've seen it recently, they usually come back with a vengeful force. So there you go. Nick Bosa versus are you crying about Brock Purdy getting over $50 million?
The way it looks like, Big Papa said that he's not getting 50.
What's he going to get?
He's getting less than 50.
Yeah. Who's Big Papa?
Yeah, because the one that he reports for the Niners.
Oh, really?
He put it out there.
Wow, I haven't called his name in so long. He put that up.
Yeah.
I wonder where he got the info from.
He put it out there that he's not getting over 50. So I'm thinking he's gonna get around 40 to 45 around there.
I saw the 45 on one headline, but see now, okay, you know what worries you about that? There's gonna be arguments. The agent's not gonna walk out of the office and satisfied with that. I mean, he's gonna be sitting at home saying, "I'll be damned if the 49ers are gonna get away with paying you less than $50 million. Don't you worry. Let me handle this." I can already see the argument. Now, Bethel, it drags into mid-July. Greg Papa, that's him. Thanks, J10.
Yeah, Greg Papa. Yeah, but if you think about it, every time it rains or every time you go to the snow, he's gonna lose the game. Like, come on.
I have no off. I mean, I've got no defense for that. And
then plus another thing is that one thing that really good quarterbacks have is their clutch in the end. Well, if he would have clutched it towards the end, nobody would have said nothing. Why? Because he clutched it towards the end. He just basically threw it up in the air and said, pray that Jawan Jennings was going to catch it. And Jawan Jennings looked at that ball like, are you really kidding me? Instead of throwing it to the bottom one that was open, he threw it to the top.
I don't think the 49ers work on that. Bethel, you know what worries about that? There are a lot of things with 49ers, it doesn't seem like they're very polished at certain things.
Yeah.
I don't think they do that very often. That didn't look like anything resembling, we do this all the time. I mean, it was terrible.
No. Yeah, it was. You know, if you can't see where you're throwing it, then don't throw it. Throw it to the guy that you know that's open. I'd rather him throw it 5 yards. At least you're getting 5 yards. You're doing something.
And you're putting the playmaker's hands. Maybe he can do something with it. But
I
agree.
Yeah, because, you know, I have seen that too much with Kaepernick and some other people where they try to be a hero and try to throw it and end up, if it doesn't go their way, they, you know, lose the game. And then plus, the Rams, they got lucky that a lot of our players were really hurt, or else we would have got a bunch of picks because they kept on dropping them.
I know. Bouncing off the chest and everything. Bethel, all we needed was an offense of any kind. The 49ers defense was not about to let the Rams get off in that game Thursday night. That's all there was to it.
No.
Right? So all we had to do was score a few points, not even many. You know? Debo makes that catch. I mean, Debo, even as bad as we were playing, you make that catch, and as bad as we're playing, we would have been pissed off after the game, too. Because like we were when we beat the Bucs, nobody was happy with that win. Yeah, Rudy's running around, my God, we beat the Bucs, swept the bomb. That's not us. Oh, we're pissed. I said, come on, man, Niners. You guys aren't going to beat anybody else like that. But, you know, that's...
And then that Dallas Cowboys fan, I don't know where he's delusional, but...
I enjoyed it.
He's not going to make it a playoffs.
I know.
I already seen his schedule. They're playing the Bucs next.
I know.
And they just put 40 points up on the last team.
He seems serious, too. Daddy, I'm just saying, man. I just... Listen, because I'm thinking, you guys... The combination of us...
They play the Eagles... And they play the Commanders.
The Rams play the Eagles?
Yep.
I thought they
they play the Dallas. Dallas plays the Commanders. They play the Eagles.
What? I thought they played them twice already. Game over.
No. The last game that Dallas plays is the Commanders, and then I think it's either the Eagles, one of them two. But they have a schedule.
Hey, but Bethel.
And then
if the Eagles, Eagles are still in a fight though. They want the number 1 seed because if
there's 3 teams are tied right now.
Well, so that's the thing. The Eagles, Minnesota, and who? Detroit.
Eagles, Minnesota, and the Lions are all tied. They all have 12 wins with 2 losses.
So they all got to play the last game. They can't take a break. So Dallas can't get a break. Because I was like, if the Eagles decide to take the last game off, because they've already got the number 1 seed. They will. But they're not going to have the number 1 seed. They're not going to have that break.
No.
They've got to beat the Cowboys up.
No, they're not. Yeah, and then the Vikings, Green Bay, and the Lions, they're all going to the playoffs. I think the only ones that have to either Baker Mayfield or the Atlanta Falcons are the only 2 ones that I think they have to win the division to go to the playoffs.
Well, no, the Rams too.
Yeah, in our division, they have to win the division. Yeah. You can't.
No wild card.
No, because I think all the 3 teams that are in the playoffs right now, they all have 10 wins, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Or
it's a long shot.
The one in the bottom are the Commanders. They have 9 wins.
See, what will end up happening is if the NFC West is not won by a team that wins more than the Commanders, then the Commanders get that spot too. No, NFC.
Yeah.
No, the NFC West winner has to go. That's right. Okay, Bethel, we gotta go. I'll see you Friday. Bring your score. Bring yourself a cooler and relax, and we can just clown about this week's game because it doesn't.
Yeah,
really
that's the only thing we could do.
I'll see you Friday.
All
right.
Hit the like and let's go Niners.
Thanks, fam. Night, Bethel. Yeah, it's Steven. I just hope Christian McCaffrey gets fully healed up. The guy means everything to the offense. I told you last year. So you know what? McCaffrey is the offense. Everything works around him. Steven. Because as long as he's there, everybody else's job is easier. Brock's job is easier. George's job is easier. Debo's is definitely easier because he's sitting down. BA's job is easier. I need those guys back. But the catalyst, the ignition switch, CMC. Hey, yo, Ellis. Yeah. Steven, that's your mic. I can hear that sound.
Why you never come the way I stay? Rumble, always howdy now in your New York. Why are we wasting our relation?
You got those lyrics already down. Steven, what song is that? Who's the singer? Who's the artist that does that song? I recognize the lyrics, but your tone was just a little bit, your rhythm was a little bit off.
Oh, was it off? Oh my god. My bad, chat.
It definitely wasn't Billie Eilish.
It's a Drake.
Ariana Grande?
Drake.
Drake?
Yeah.
I've not heard all of Drake's album yet. Okay. I'll be ready for you next time. Hey,
yeah.
Steven. Okay.
How you doing, Rumble?
Well, I'm doing fine because I'm in the Nick Bosa camp of don't worry about this year, man. We'll be back. And so Nick's got it all figured out. He wants that defense back. Everybody that's out there with him now, he wants back next year. And I'm thinking the 49ers might be able to oblige him because none of those guys are expensive and they can still have room to go draft another defensive lineman anyway. And then you got the Brock Purdy payment that's really pissing people off. People are saying really nasty things. So, Steven, do you pay Brock Purdy or not?
Well, first, just want to say hi, Rumble.
Smith, we're keeping Brock Greenlaw. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Go ahead, Steven.
It depends because, this season he's played very so-so. I'll just say.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
And he's not. He's had some really bad games this year.
Yeah. But I would say let's give him one more season and see because if he improves that season, I'll pay him.
Yeah. Well, even as the season finishes, unless Kyle decides to take him out, a couple of games. He's going to be looking to redeem himself this week. I can't imagine what he's going to look like this week. We'll see. Brock has bad games usually followed by good games. This could be interesting to see if that defense shows up again this week. I understand that Greenlaw's knee is not going to keep him out of the game this weekend, and I'm sure that neither is Hufanga's going to play. That defense looks awful different with those two out there. So we'll see what the offense looks like. I don't know who's going to be the running back. You know what, though? Maybe Garindo is okay now. We'll see.
Yeah, week 16. Thank goodness this season's almost over.
I know, because it's just going through the motions out here. Just going through the motions.
I'm just waiting for draft and free agency to start soon.
Yeah. See, but this makes offseason fun because last couple of years, offseason has been kind of boring, especially when we just recently got our first round pick. Yeah, the offseason has been kind of ho hum, and but the last draft was good. So get them going again, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, now we have Miami this Sunday. I don't know if I want to say this, but I don't know if I'm interested in this game because it's like two teams that are not
lame ducks. They're both struggling. But I want to see. But I want to see what our guys look like out there. Now they can't have the attitude of season's over. If any 49er does that, they'll be cut. They got to come out there and play. So both teams are going to play hard because everybody wants a job. These are the kind of games and teams in this position that put on a show because they're worried about their future.
Yeah, McDaniel, how's he improved, since he left the Niners?
Right? I wish Mike would come back, actually. See, he's the OC that everybody's talking about that we need back again. All right? Yeah. Because he'll argue with Kyle. I think Mike has no problem getting in Kyle's face about things. Their relationship goes all the way back to the beginning. So if Mike comes and says, Mike, Kyle, I don't know about this. Here, let me tell you what's going to happen if you do this. Kyle will listen to a guy like that because he's been with him forever, and he knows Mike is a brilliant guy. Quirky, strange, he's a nerd, football nerd. That's the kind of guy that needs to be next to Kyle. So, yeah,
Yeah, what's your thoughts on Avery Thomas? He got licked.
I'm just so funny because when I read that on my notification, the first thing I did is just that. But Avery's at home. He's on the IR. He can't play. And he finds out. I hope they called him and told him first. I hope he didn't read it on a notification like I did that Avery Thomas is being waived. Because I wonder sometimes, does the FO feel that do they have to do? Are they obligated to call the player and tell him he's being waived? I'm hoping so, because that's cold. That he finds out any other way but the way besides I told him. I hope Sorensen called him or somebody. Come on, man. Let's not be nasty about it. But Avery he's got so much potential. I'm tired of him. So let him say goodbye.
You guys drafted him. You could have drafted someone else, like St. Brown from the Lions. You know who he is, Ronbo? He's really good. Like, come on.
He's long. He's fast.
Yeah.
His instincts aren't bad, but for some reason he had that one good half a season because when you start that half season off kind of slow, and then all of a sudden he just looked good. I said, Avery, look at that play. Oh, this guy. And that play made against the Rams, I'm talking OBJ. Running down the field. So, oh, Jesus. Whoa! Ambry! Ambry picked it off. OBJ was not running away from him. The dude was in for step. He looks up, he reads, he contacts the ball, he tracks it, he picks it off. Game over. Go home, Rams. I forgot we're in your house out. We'll leave you with this. A big L. Set it right there on your grass, you poop butts, man. We own you. Always have. Yeah. Oh, that was hot. Since then, he's been a disappointment.
Yeah. Question, Ronbo.
Real quick.
Yeah, so we have the 15th pick in the upcoming draft. If we lose these games, maybe if we lose these games, it's gonna drop. So, who would you like them to draft? Like, is there a piece we need? Yeah.
Offensive lineman. Everybody says the same thing every year. We all want an offensive lineman. We're not going to get it. John's going to say get a defensive lineman. If it were too high in the draft, he'll get a defensive lineman. They're not going to get an offensive lineman early in the draft. I just know it. That's their nature.
Yeah.
But, hey, I hope I'm wrong. We got to go though, fam. It's getting late now. I'm going to see you Friday, okay?
Oh, Friday?
Yeah. Bring your score if you plan on watching the game, and even if you don't, bring your score.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Rumble.
Yeah.
I'll make you some. I'll make you some. What's it called? Some fresh pepperoni pizza.
And isn't pepperoni everybody's favorite? All right, fam.
Oh, I see you Friday.
That. I'm looking forward to it. All right, fam. Okay, I got to take a quick break. Okay. That was a load off of my mind. I know what you're thinking, Ronbo. Have the 49ers driven you to drink? No. I just rehydrated a lot today. And, that's it. I think we got Ellis standing by. Hey, Ellis, come on in, man.
What's shaking, Bob?
Hey. Well, I ain't shaking anymore, Ellis. I mean, I've realized that these things happen, and you got to just roll with the punches. Ain't no point getting overly depressed about this season. And I'm in the Nick Bosa camp of go ahead, be happy. We got things coming up. We got it'll be fun watching that workshop. Go to work on fixing this machine. So
Yeah.
How you thinking? I mean, is Brock Purdy's potential payday pissing you off? A lot of people are getting emotional about it. I mean, Bill and Jalen just went off tonight. Come on, man. Jesus, guys, calm down, relax. God, point getting that mad. So, what are you thinking?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's a fair comparison than trying to compare. Even though Brock has shown that he's, to me, in my opinion, and I think a lot of us would say we would rather have had Brock than Jimmy.
Mm.
But Jimmy Garoppolo's played in the NFL how many more years than Brock Purdy?
Oh yeah, I mean Jimmy's been in the league. He's 33 now. I think he came in with 24 or something like that. He's been Jimmy's got 10 good years in the league for sure.
Yeah, so I don't think it's a fair comparison to even try to compare them.
Yeah.
With their careers, but I know they're using that as a measuring rod with stats and stuff. But
yeah, I guess that's fair.
Look, man. Yeah, and Brock still wins that, even with it not even being fair. Let's just be honest.
He's 3 games away.
What was Jimmy doing in his first 3 seasons? He was sitting on the bench,
tying Jimmy up in the 49ers' greatest quarterbacks. It's of course Montana, Young, and believe it or not, Jimmy's next as far as stats go. Brock's got 8 to 11, so he's got. I forget the stat though, but anyway.
Yeah, but look, man, he's unless, and I mean this is for whoever doesn't want to pay Brock and have Brock here as a quarterback. I mean, if you're ready to just reboot then you got to make sure that Kyle Shanahan gets fired as well. Because
actually,
I mean,
that's a good point.
Jed York's not going to pay. Jed York's not going to keep Kyle as a the head coach of this team if we're doing an entire reboot, like from the ground up again, like 2017 all over again. That's not going to happen. So there's no way that they're going to get rid of Brock and start from the ground up again with a whole new quarterback to have to build continuity and rapport with his players, and then also get acclimated to the offense and everything like that. That's not going to happen. No. So Brock's getting signed, man.
Yeah.
Brock's getting signed. That's just what it is.
That goes to Sorensen.
Be logical.
They don't want to install a new defense either. That's just the way it is. Because those guys are on that defense, that's what they do. They've got used to it, and you got too many veterans on that defense.
Yeah, we just need to have our players. We just need to have our personnel fits, in order for the defense to still work and be, to be concrete. That's really what it is. Because no matter what ways you can develop offenses or things to try to, take advantage of the wide nine, if those players that are on the other side, that 11-man personnel is doing what the hell they're supposed to do, you're not getting over, you're not doing shit.
Mm-hmm.
And we just fell short this year with having that personnel, which is why, there's been a bit of a downslide. And then, Sorensen's getting acclimated. He's, trying to get his feet wet. This is kind of, this is introductory to running the defense. So it's going to take some time, and whatever they choose to do with that, that's cool. But when it comes to the Brock thing, he's getting paid. I don't necessarily agree with him getting paid at the very top of the market, like the best quarterback in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's going to really.
I mean, most of these guys are getting it. Dak,
right?
Trevor, Jordan.
Yeah,
they make it rough for every team in the league. Tua. I mean, he's shamelessly got paid.
Kirk got paid a lot of money just for his little contract.
And he's been pimping the league for years. Kirk Cousins is the Mac Daddy of the NFL. My God, he's made a lot of money for doing what he's done. Nothing.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Incredible. So yeah, man. Look, he's gonna be here. I don't know if Brock's and his agent are playing hardball and they're like, hey, we want 60, no less, or 55, 60. I hope that Brock is prepared to not have, all of this. I mean, think about this year. Brock doesn't have enough weapons. He doesn't have enough people doing this and that and, all this other shit. Well, imagine when he's getting paid top dollar and we can't afford to maintain or keep any weapons around him outside of the ones that are already signed for the next, 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested to seeing if he's that sure that he wants to, get paid all of this money and then risk not having. I mean, you get paid regardless. You're going to get paid more money than you'll ever see in your career. Most likely.
You're not gonna need,
so. I mean, 40, 45, 50 million dollars a year for 4 or 5 years, times 4 or 5 years is, it's forever money.
Yeah, he does not
essentially
need to be concerned about money after that. That's if you get your investors ready and just make that grow. It's not the difference between 50, 60 million, if you're going to argue about that, is ridiculous. When people do that, I always laugh. Oh, dude. You're going to sit out over that principle? Because that's why I'm still pissed off at BA.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Over a couple million dollars. Like that's going to be the last. Like, is that? Are you saying that this is the last time you think that you're actually going to get paid? You don't plan on trying to get a second contract, or what's going on? But I know not everything is promised, and what happened to Brandon Ayuk is a perfect example of why, kind of you need to make sure he secured something, but at that rate, it's just kind of like, okay, but now a lot of your guys aren't going to be here. maybe in his case, because he wants the ball more, maybe that might be something that he benefits from and might like a little bit more. But it's going to be a lot more weight on you, because it's going to be just you, George, whoever we got in the backfield, and whatever receivers that are still around. And we don't know who that's going to be. We got Jawan for one more season. Debo can likely be gone after this year. Yeah, man, you just got to think.
Yeah. I mean, don't be making a big scene about it. Yeah. So, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, think smart, man.
Well, let me see you Friday and bring that score and reasoning. And it's so relaxed doing the scores now. Actually, watch it. Hey, Table, man, that was pretty funny. Table, where'd Ron go? Did somebody fumble the ball? I can't stand it, but boy, I can't stand in front of this camera when the 49ers make me. I've been mad this year like I've never been with the 49ers. And realize it was just, you can't get mad at them. They're hurt. They're injured. They're just not the 49ers. So.
Yeah, and look, man, injuries or not, we still could have played better this season.
True.
But, the lack of depth, decision-making and clutch. I mean, look at Brock overthrowing instead of taking the underneath routes that are wide open, first downs and stuff like that. It happens, man. You're not going to make the right decision every single play. It's just unrealistic. But it's just the times when it happens just makes it a little, makes it a little more agitating. But comes with the territory, man. So we just got to get better. And man, we'll be all right. Just got to take this one on the chin, man. Like I said.
All right.
Z wanted to say hello real quick.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey Z, how you doing?
Good.
Good. Glad to hear
How
it too.
are you?
See, I'm okay. Our team is looking very bad and it's uncomfortable, but at the same time, it's okay. They need a break, see? You ever get tired of playing? No, I guess you're too young to get tired of playing. Well, anyway, we need a break so they can come back fresh next year. We'll be okay. Yeah. And I know you play good football too. All right. We're going to go. I tell you what, when you get a chance, I'll see you Friday, okay? Oh, say again? Okay. Wait, you're saying you're playing what?
I'm playing basketball.
Are you playing basketball too? You're just an all-around athlete. I love it. Are you good? As if I didn't know.
Yeah, we're practicing.
And I know you'll be the best too, because I've seen you playing football. Amazing. All right.
Thank you.
All right. You keep getting better, okay? We'll talk next time. All right.
Okay.
Bye, Z.
That's faithful.
Adorable.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, man. Hit that like and subscribe, man. Shout out to all the family. Shout out to chat, man. Y'all keep it lit. And thank you, fam, for the platform.
Thank you, Alice, for being there. All right, fam. Talk to you later.
Yes, sir. Peace.
And now we go out the proud manager, booker of Bam and Boom, the lady Mrs. Dragon loves dearly. He is Papa Dragon. Pop. Oh, by the way, and also the bass guitar player of that same dynamic duo. Pop, come on in, man. Pop, you play bass or rhythm?
Right, I play bass, guitar, keyboards, horns, vocals, ukulele, and violin.
Ukulele even. Damn, and violin.
Yeah.
Pop, you're one of those guys that, and you're an athlete too. You're one of those special cases.
Yeah.
I remember some of the guys on our team had to play the piano and they had to leave practice a little early or something like that. We always thought that was funny because we were pure football players, bunch of knuckleheads. We didn't think about instruments, but you did. I'm proud of you. I'm impressed. All right. Well, Pop.
What's up, man? How's it going?
Well, it's going all right. As I say, I've come to grips with this season, and I got a kick out of Nick Bosa getting all pumped up about the defense and what he sees going forward. And then there's the Brock Purdy situation. We're going to be arguing. I figure the 49ers are not going to take off season to pay him. So hopefully that'll be done, and we'll be on our way to the draft with Brock Purdy already done. Because if the 49ers wait all the way until July and August, somebody would need their ass removed. So, but what do you see coming? And how do you feel about Brock's contract?
Well, I mean, it's really fans are going to be fans. But you know me, I don't look at it like a fan because I don't regard myself as a fan.
I know.
I regard myself as a supporter. Mm-hmm. So the only number that really matters right now is about $7 billion. And that's how much the 49ers are worth. The Yorks bought them for $15 million. Now it's worth $7 billion. Mm-hmm. They're pulling in about $700 million at least a year. Mm. So a $60 million quarterback, it's not an affording thing. It's a salary cap issue more than anything else. But when it comes to an arms race, right now, the reality is that you do have to have a franchise quarterback. And I think the debate is Purdy that. And as long as there's a debate, there's going to be controversy over whether or not he should get paid or not. Mm. But being that the top free agent quarterback going into next year is arguably going to be either Russell Wilson or Sam Darnold, that's what you're looking at. That's what you're looking at. I think
Kirk Cousins.
No one would be complaining.
Wait,
no, it's
how
not.
does that work with Kirk Cousins' contract? How many years did they put in that contract?
I think it was like 3 or 4 years.
Oh no, he can't get.
The problem is I don't have the contract in front of me.
No, but if it's over, if it's over a year, and I think it is, he can't be picked up. Nobody's gonna pick up that salary. Okay, go ahead.
No. What you do is either he clears waivers or they work out a trade and they redo the contract. And there's ways to finagle it and get to it. Uh-oh. But I don't believe that he's the answer. To be honest with you, I really don't.
Kyle loves him. We need to be concerned about that. But go ahead.
No, Kyle is the biggest concern that you have on this team. Kyle and Jed.
I should have set that up.
It's Kyle and Jed, but I'm telling you right now, as long as Jed is making money, and you can expect Kyle to be there as long as Kyle wants to be there.
I know.
And you can also expect Kyle Shanahan to continue to misevaluate and mess up the first 3 rounds of the draft.
3 rounds? No, we do okay.
The first 3 rounds
and the 4th.
No. Sometimes we do. Out of over the last, I believe, 7 years, they have messed up 20 picks in the first 3 rounds. They've messed up. They've only hit on several.
Okay.
They've hit on several, but they've messed up 20 of them. That's a really big gap.
Okay, Pop, but I need to know the other numbers, crunch other numbers from other teams to get a proper perspective on that, though. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I get you, and I could give you the proper perspective. We don't have enough time to go over the proper perspective. But the point I'm trying to make is that if you look at your offensive line, you look at the decline in Debo, the absence of McCaffrey, you look at a lot of things, and it's hard to fault Brock over a lot of that stuff. But here's the reality. He can't throw the ball deep with zip and accuracy. He can't throw the ball in bad weather. As you know, I predicted that if it rained, the 49ers would score 6 points.
Yeah.
How did I come up with that number? Because I'm a computer scientist by training. I look at the data.
And your model
the data says,
the
model says that Brock puts up 6.5 points in increment weather. Increment weather is going to happen in November, December, and January. Right, those are your money months. Those are your money. Those money months, as far as the playoffs and things like that. So, is Brock Purdy worth $60 million? The answer is no. Is he going to get it or close to it?
Yeah.
The answer is yes. He is going to get close to it. Okay, Brock isn't worth that money. He's not worth being paid more than Josh Allen. He's not worth being paid more than Patrick Mahomes.
Ooh, hey, how much is
or
Josh
even
getting paid? I forgot about that.
Around 53, I think. So he's not worth that money. Okay, it is quite frankly, I see certain throws being made around the league. When I watched, Jared Goff and Josh Allen, I probably saw in that game about 25, 30 passes that Brock Purdy can't make. And it's not Brock Purdy's fault, but Brock Purdy has to have the YAC system. He has to have a Deebo Samuel that's a threat, and Deebo Samuel is not all that right now, and he may never be again. We don't know We don't know if a 29-year-old running back coming off injury, when has that ever happened in the NFL? It's going to come back and become the offensive player of the year again.
I know, it's kind of frightening,
right?
Isn't it?
And then you have Brandon Ayuk, who was like the fourth option out of all those weapons, and he's supposed to be the number one this year, and we saw how he looked, right? So, and then on top of that, Brock Purdy's been injured twice in that arm. I believe he's going to need off-season surgery on that right shoulder.
That second time, that was when he got up and said he's okay. I think he wasn't.
Yeah.
That looked bad.
No, he's not. No, football, you're not. Football, you're hurt. Everybody's hurt. That's the bottom line. But
you can't be the quarterback with a bad
shoulder.
You
cannot be hurt on that right arm.
Yeah.
You can't be hurt on that right side. You just can't be. So what you have right now is very similar, kind of a Dak Prescott situation where Brock Purdy has leverage because the supply and demand just isn't there. There's not enough supply of good quarterbacks out there, and our coach is not a quarterback guru. Andy Reid is a quarterback guru, right?
Yeah.
So as long as we're dealing with teams like the Rams, who, by the way, they're worth $8 billion.
Oh, yeah. Rudy's told us about that. Every chance he gets. Yeah. We're second only to the Cowboys. Yeah, okay, well, win some games.
I've always said that Stafford is the best quarterback in the division, one of the best in this league.
Talent-wise.
So that's what you got to compete against. That's what you got to compete against. So no matter what happens this season, you can expect Brock Purdy to be on the team next year, whatever kind of deal they work out. But it would be a mistake for the 49ers to stop looking and to act this is it. We have our franchise quarterback. They have to continue to bring people in to challenge him. Yeah, they have to get better at that position.
Draft a quarterback, right? I think.
No, I'm not sure. Because I just don't have a great deal. History has not shown us that Shanahan can pick the guy, the quarterback, and train him up. He just hasn't shown that. You know what I mean? So he has to correct course as far as his choice in quarterbacks. And I think that right now, essentially what's happening to the 49ers is that the 49ers they've gotten older.
Yeah.
They've lost some depth talent. And the teams around us have gotten better. Everyone's gotten better. We've gotten a little bit worse. And then we had injuries.
Yeah.
And then you have the season you have right now.
And it's which is not good. Bob, always food for thought when you come on. And,
Yeah.
But ready to go. I didn't say anything about your precious quarterback not being better than Brock. When you Rams start lying on me, you really piss me off. What did I say?
No, it's okay. It's okay to have that debate because I get the debate. I really do get the debate with Brock and his high level of stats at the beginning of his career. I get that. I really do. And it was amazing what he was doing. But now that the defenses have film on him and the fact that he has difficulty against 5-man fronts, not his fault. We can't block.
Yeah,
right? He has difficulty in wet weather. Not his fault. He's got small hands.
It's the Lord. Stop raining on him. But we got to go, though, Phil.
It's genetic.
We will go.
Right. But he's the best. He's the best that they got. And Brock Purdy did save this franchise from the mistake that they made with Trey Lance, or the mismanagement of Trey Lance. So because of that particular leverage, Brock will get paid. And then the fact that the Yorks just have just a boatload of money. So for them, a $300 million contract ain't shit.
Point made. Let me see you Friday, fam, please. All right.
All right, man.
Before production hits with that stick. All right. See you Friday, fam.
Peace out, production.
Night, fam.
Night, fam.
And let us bring in the man, Brian, the 49er, Brian.
Hey, Papa, you just gave all the Rams in chat a huge boner. Just so you know.
No. Nobody said Stafford was not better than Brock Purdy.
I'm sure you'll make them lose that boner in about 15 minutes. So you do your thing.
They're all living on Viagra. Are you kidding me? The thing is, I want to know why Stafford isn't doing any better than he is. Because Brock Purdy's achieved more
he's old as fuck,
in the last
Ronbo.
3 years than he has. I'll take that.
He's old.
That's it.
He's gonna be 37 years old next year. Stafford's
not in the best situation though. he's not in the best situation. Stafford makes the situation a little bit better, but he's not in the best situation. Stafford was like in Detroit. Right now, it'd be over.
Papa. He didn't even score a touchdown against us. Come on.
He didn't. Hey, but he did better. He did better against Buffalo than we did. So we got to give him those.
Which is still an anomaly. I don't believe that.
No.
Hey, let that. Brian, let that stay. No. Let that stay because I like that.
He beat Buffalo.
49ers
have not beaten Buffalo.
In years.
By 2 points.
Don't make me argue for him. I'm not trying to argue for Matt Stafford. I'm just trying to say that we're chasing him.
I don't know.
Let's see. You know what? Next year, let's see what happens. I can't wait. We always seem to get the Rams early in the season now all of a sudden. All right? I want a healthy Rams team versus a healthy 49er team. And now let's
let me just make one point.
Real quick,
let me just make one point.
Please hurry,
the biggest advantage the Rams have right now is that their coach has enough common sense to run the ball more than he passes it in the rain. And the 49ers ran the ball 19 times and threw it 31 times.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. That's not a recipe for success.
No, and normally that's not what... Okay, well, that's normally not what
Shanahan is the hero and the arsonist of this team.
Brian, come on, bring your point. Go ahead.
Hey, the hate continues for Brock Purdy and poor Kyle Shanahan. But you know what, fam? They're not going anywhere for probably another 2-3 years. So you know what?
And they'll quit.
You got to just grin and bear it, Papa Dragon. Yeah. As much as it irks you to do that, you're just going to have to deal with it, pal.
No, actually,
and you know what?
Hey,
we might get a Super Bowl out of it, Ronbo.
No, but he doesn't.
There might be a Super Bowl involved.
True. I don't think he dislikes either one. He's just pointing out occurrences and applying them to facts and numbers. But Pop, I think either way he's going to be he's not going to be happy with us losing, but he is going to point out what our weaknesses are and things like that. Some of the things that he's talking about are true. We have to get better in the weather.
Yeah.
And the offensive line's got to do a better job. Brock's got to be protected. Kyle Shanahan's offensive system is intricate. You can't just throw the ball just immediately. It's got to be timing.
I'm not disagreeing with any of that.
Yeah.
So I'm disagreeing with any of that, Ronbo.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Brock's going to get signed, and I think he's going to get Dak Prescott money. That's what I think.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about.
Let's just be frank here. What has Dak Prescott done?
I don't see. That's why his agent's going to sit there, and I can see them right now. The room, John Lynch and company are walking out of the room. All right, well, you're going to sit there. We're not going to continue. Listen, do us a favor though. Turn the lights out before you leave. We'll see you tomorrow. Because he's got every right to do that, Brian. I have a feeling that you're right. It's going to happen. Dak got paid. Trevor got paid. $55. He didn't do jack all.
Yeah, and
same with what's his name in Green Bay. They didn't do anything special.
No, and has Dak Prescott or Trevor taken their teams to Super Bowls like Brock Purdy?
They can't even get to the playoffs. I think did Trevor make it last 2 years ago? Yeah. So this is why Brock Purdy gets a lot of flack. For being who he is in Kyle's system, he's the man. He beats all these people.
Ronbo, let's talk about why Brock Purdy gets so much flack. Yeah, he's had a tough year, but so is the whole team in general. He gets so much flack because where he was drafted. Let's just be frank about it.
Oh, yeah, man, that's
and the little NFL and all the draft lovers are upset about it. That this guy
they haven't gotten over it yet. True.
Yeah, they'll never, Ronbo, they'll never get over it. They'll never get over it. They want him to fail.
Can you imagine, Brian, how close they came to having heart attacks last year? When Joe Montana's sitting in the seats right in front, he's got his camera out because the 49ers are about to win a Super Bowl. If Brock Purdy wins the Super Bowl, it could change NFL perspective toward the draft forever. Because now you draft all these first-round picks, and they just absolutely suck to high hell. And then that's why I said, why did I do that? Get a quarterback from anywhere and build around him.
Well, that's what they're doing right now, Ronbo. They're having just a few little bumps along the way, and this happened to be a big old speed bump this year.
I know.
So, here's the other thing. name one quarterback the last 20 years that has done what Brock Purdy's done, besides Kaepernick and Jimmy G.
Oh, and the 49ers? Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, our other what's his name? Our other quarterback that was the last Pro Bowl quarterback. What? Anyway,
you can't Ronbo. See, you can't even remember. That's
no. He's famous. I'm just having a mind blank. Latino
Smith?
No, Latino name. Anyway, go ahead, say it. You're probably right.
I'm saying,
Jack, give me a hand.
saying Brock Purdy's a find, man. I mean, they'd be silly not to sign him for
Latino
at least
name. Yeah. Anyway.
Latino name.
Yeah. He used to drink a lot. Garcia. Thank you, everything. Jeff Garcia. He's in the mix, right? Now, Jeff Garcia, Mike, Joe, Steve, Jeff, and actually, he's already rated ahead. Jimmy G's actually ahead of Cap as well as Brock. So it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just think Brock has legs. He's more mobile than Jimmy. I think he has a better arm than Jimmy. I mean, how many times do we have to hear how bad, like, Jimmy could only make 5-yard passes from these Lambs clowns in the chat? Yeah. I mean, Brock can gun it when he can. I think that.
I think he's still hurt.
Go ahead.
I really do. I think that shoulder's
I
hurt.
do too, and I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of want to have him go in to get that shoulder looked at first before they throw a lot of money at him. I don't know if that's a possibility, Yeah. So,
I mean,
but man, I think we should not just put old Brock Purdy off to the side. I mean, the guy got us to a Super Bowl. The team seems to like him. The organization likes him. He's not, he's not the golden child like Patrick Mahomes, but who cares? He gets it done when he's got a team around him.
But Kyle's got to work with him, and don't beat yourself up so bad because he really takes it badly, hard when he's not doing as well as he thinks he should do. Brock Purdy had set a standard for himself that's really up there. So when he gets into a dark corner and gets into a fetal position in the locker room, I'm a little worried about that. Debo had to go by him and say, "Hey man, come on, man, you won." Remember we beat the Bucks. Brock was not happy. So he's got to get out of that. Get your confidence, Brock. Just get over that game, move on, and get the next one. Do better, but don't dwell on this. That's the only thing I worry about.
Yeah, and Ronbo, the salary cap is going to go up next year.
Every year.
Salary cap's going up, and they're still talking. The owners are still talking about doing a quarterback cap. I
hope they finally do that so we can stop having these conversations. As long as Taylor Swift is a football fan, that cap is going to expand. Yo, Tay, listen, we gotta go, fam. I'll see you Friday, okay?
Okay, man. All right. Well, hey, it was good to go back and forth with Papa Dragon. That was cool.
That was funny.
But Ronbo, love you, love the fam, everybody in chat, except for you Lambs Year Nation. You guys can all kick rocks, and you're all a bunch of punks and liars. That's all you are. Just the ones in our chat. Ronbo, I've met a few cool Rams fans, and they're nothing like these morons in the chat.
No,
so you know, people.
These are the guys that are suffering from deprivation. Be a Rams fan for a minute, Brian, and you can sympathize with them because here's a team that's always begging and pleading and grappling at the 49ers' feet. This is a moment for them that they can actually celebrate. I'm understanding it, but I'm not going to tolerate any full-on disrespect like some of them do, though. But anyway, we'll see you Friday. All right, fam.
All right, man. Have a good night. We'll see you.
You too. Hey, Tony ATL.
Ronbo, how you doing this evening, sir?
Tony stuff is working right away, too. Yes. Tony doing all right, man. I'm glad you got in here because I wanted to ask you about how your feeling is on Kirk Cousins being sit your ass down. I wonder if you're
I'm going to tell you like I said in some of my Falcons chats.
Yeah.
That announcement was made at like 7 o'clock this evening, my time.
Yeah.
Ronbo, that was an Art the Blank decision. I guarantee you it wasn't Raheem Morris.
Oh, you think?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
And I think Mr. Blank went and spoke with Mr. Morris, and he wasn't being kind about it.
I mean, he paid Kirk a lot of money, you know? I mean, as much money as these people have, they don't be just giving money away.
And his confidence is shot. If you saw his interviews after the game,
Kirk,
his confidence is real low right now.
Which I don't understand. He's got a great run game. He's got good receivers. The offensive line
good line.
Not bad. Yeah, what is the problem?
Rob, I think his skills are diminishing right before our eyes.
Yeah, maybe that'd be the only reason why he'd be depressed. That's a good point.
Achilles, even though he's not saying that. I was watching him real close last night.
I thought he was trying to be careful not to make any mistakes. But Kirk made some bad throws that I've never seen him make. I've been watching Kirk Cousins for a long time. I guess I didn't watch him at the beginning of his career as much, but Kirk's been that dude can make some shots. And he wasn't making them last night.
His confidence is down, Ronbo. And that he only threw the ball. The coaches only let him put it up 17 times yesterday.
Oh, I see. Well, what happens to him, Tony? I mean, you're not going to let him sit him down.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I'm trying to find out more. But I told
2-year contract.
Forget about that division. We ain't going to win that division because Tampa ain't losing. With the teams they play, Tampa ain't losing. And they're going to have to lose probably 2 more or 1 more. But I don't think Tampa's going to lose. But we can get in the playoffs. We can get that 7th seed. And look, let me tell you what the NFL did. So all I need, I need Minnesota to beat Seattle this Sunday.
Well, you got that.
I need Philly to beat Washington.
You got that.
Philly beats Washington and Minnesota beats Seattle, which probably could happen. And we take care of business against the Giants on Sunday.
Yeah.
We'll only be 1 game out of that last wild card spot, which
with 2 left
Washington
to play.
has, right?
Yeah.
Guess who we play the following Sunday at Washington?
You play Washington? At Washington?
The following Sunday, yes. Not this.
If things fall into place like you're talking about now, that's going to be a big game.
It's even bigger now, Ronbo, because now Penix is starting, right?
Yeah.
So you know what the NFL announced today? They changed the start time of that game from 1 o'clock next Sunday, not this Sunday. 1 o'clock. That's a Sunday night game.
They flexed it.
Against Dayton Daniels.
Penix versus Daniels.
Here's another plot twist. Who's the head coach of Washington? Dan Quinn.
Ooh.
I'm still a big Dan Quinn fan. Our former coach that took us to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So it's very possible that
some good
Seattle's
games
going to lose again Sunday to Minnesota, and it's very possible that Philadelphia is going to beat Washington this Sunday.
Oh, I would bet money on that. Yeah.
Yep. That'll put them at 8. That'll put
13.
That'll put them at 9-7.
Oh, I thought you
9-7.
9-7.
And that'll put us.
Wait.
No,
oh, you're talking about Washington.
Right.
Yeah.
Washington. That'll put them at 9. Both Washington and Seattle at 9-6, and that'll put us at 8-7. And then we play Washington the following week.
Yeah, because Washington has been exposed somehow because they're not getting any. Remember the first few weeks they were can't nobody stop him. Oh my God, McCullough. What's his name? The wide receiver. He's a good receiver, but he hasn't been doing all of this.
McLaurin, he's nice.
Yeah, So all of a sudden,
Terry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our defense is playing better, so we're gonna have to see what happens. And Ronbo, just like you were saying much earlier in your chat, I got to become a Rams fan. Because now I need the Rams to beat Arizona and to go ahead and beat Seattle to help us get in the playoffs with that last. I can't believe I'm saying this.
I know. Because the Rams, they're talking all that ish. I said, Rams, you need to be in the playoffs. I don't want to see your team come out of the playoffs, but I do want to see them in there just so they can get humiliated. There's nobody in the playoff picture right now the Rams can beat. They did beat Minnesota earlier this year, though. They might be able to get past.
Got it comes in your chat. We talking about Detroit versus everybody. Look
Don
Detroit. You might not have that number 1 seed no more. You might go down to the 5th seed.
You know, but you know what? The Rams might be able to beat Detroit now because Detroit's getting into shootouts. When you start getting into shootouts, the Rams, you're playing into their hands. And if neither side's going to play defense, then the Rams have an advantage there, as they just proved last week against the Bills. And, this is why I look at Detroit and as well as the Bills. Wait a minute. Y'all ain't going to play no defense? You know, in the playoffs, you need to play defense or you're coming out. And that's what I'm looking at now.
You got to in the playoffs.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Every now and then you'll have a playoff game that's a shootout, and then it'll go right back to a tighter game the following week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, Ronbo, I heard y'all talking about paying your quarterback, not paying your quarterback. What's your thoughts on that?
I like Brock Purdy. I like the 49ers too. If they gave him 55, I'm okay with that. They'll work around it. The 49ers seem to come up with money. They pull it out of their ass.
Most of you college are hell-bent against giving them that.
Well, I know, because they don't like it. Well, I'm trying to judge the whole body of work. I've seen Brock Purdy when he does well. But everybody's giving these scenarios as to where he's going to suffer if they don't. If they pay him too much money, they can't keep the Avengers intact. I said, okay, because why does Brock Purdy have to be it's like a prejudice. I mean, I'm looking at the guys that did get paid, and Tony, you and I both, I know, can fully agree. Dak Prescott's getting paid $60 million. What the hell is he doing?
He ain't worth $40 million.
See? And Trevor Lawrence is not. When he got paid, I said, you guys paid Trevor Lawrence how much? Wow. And then Jordan Love looked good last year, but I don't know what's going on with him this year. We were counting his INTs here a few weeks. So this is the way it is in the NFL.
It's these quarterback salaries, man. It's just skyrocketing. It's the way it is. Hey, Ron, I heard y'all talking also, and I told you guys this, the summer of 2023, Sam Darnold, would you guys re-sign him?
But look at his receiving crew. I don't know. You know, though, that phobia that he had developed, if you keep an offensive line around him, we don't have one. I mean, Sam's good. He's got mobility, though. Sam might be. I thought he was okay in preseason last year. Oh, God, he's trash. Guys, is he trash?
I didn't think so. I don't
think he's trash. I didn't argue with people because they really have. So, but I had a feeling, you put him in the right system and get him some weapons. I don't know if he's that bad. I don't know if he's as good as he is now.
And I'm wondering, after the season, if Kirk Cousins is doing that bonus by March something, I'm wondering if we're going to let him go. I'm wondering. You know how the NFL...
Oh, I know. Before they have to pay, they get rid of you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering if we're going to do that and then go out and get us a backup quarterback, which, backups are a dime a dozen.
If your owner came down and had that conversation with your head coach, you can be assured that he's on his last minutes as the Atlanta Falcon.
Yeah. Yep. And Arthur Blank doesn't do that a lot, but I got a feeling he did it this time.
He's like Dr. York. When you see York flying into town to have a meeting, there's a problem. Okay. Yeah. We'll see. Because, man, he's got a 2-year deal. They got to find a way to they got to find a way to figure out how to get rid of him without costing. They don't want a huge dead cap, and not many teams want to play a quarterback money like Russell Wilson and some of these other guys.
Exactly. You don't want a Russell Wilson situation where you're still paying him when you're with another team.
And he's beating your ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Did Pittsburgh play Denver this year?
I don't know.
I got to go back and look.
I don't think so. No, they ain't play them.
That's a good thing. Because can you imagine? Yeah, we're paying part of Russell's salary, and he came in here and ran us completely out of the facility. Well, that's Saturday Night Live material.
Ronbo, we should have blew Las Vegas out.
I know.
We were a Desmond Ritter Hail Mary from losing that game last night.
I saw that. I said, my God, all the booth announcers been doing all game long is talking about how the Raiders suck and how they need to do this and how they need to do that because they were just playing awful football. And all of a sudden, like you say, it's a game.
Yeah, they scored. When they scored, missed the extra point. Now it's a game. And they were a Hail Mary from winning.
Ooh,
they scored, then they kicked the extra point.
Tony, that would have been bad. But they didn't. And you guys are still on the road to winning.
That would have been real bad.
Go get that 7th spot. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna see you Friday, and you guys aren't playing this weekend. Okay, okay. We'll just see you for the fun of seeing.
Oh yeah, we played. That was Monday night. We played Sunday.
I'm thinking Thursday night. That's Monday night. Who played Thursday? Detroit.
Yep. And it's another 2 in 12 team like Las Vegas, but only this time the Giants got a defense.
You guys are playing the Giants.
Lawrence, so yep. Hopefully we could beat them. But they got a defense. Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah, no, they do.
You got Ojolari and Thibodeau.
I know.
Those guys are playing well. Brian Burns getting sacks.
But like us, our defense played well too. You got to have an offense. So
they don't have that.
No, yeah.
All right, Ronbo, good talking to you. And I can't believe I got to depend on the Rams.
Boy, Rams. I can't. Oh, man. Anyway, I'll see you Friday.
I'll see you, sir. Have a good one.
You too, Tony. Night. Okay. So there it is. See you Friday, fam, and, enjoy this season for the boys. Root for the defense and hope the offense can find a way to, we don't have – I just hope Isaac's foot's feeling better. And, Brock's shoulder, he does – I don't know. I know what you're thinking, but he just doesn't look the same to me as he has been. He doesn't look confident. He's not – Brock's never been a bullet passer, but he wasn't throwing that bad. Debo. Debo's going to be calling for the ball. I want to talk to you about that Friday. Debo's going to want to redeem himself, right? I know it's telling Kyle, Coach, I know what you're thinking, man, but I'm telling you right now, I need for you to continue to trust in me. Hello, Coach? Oh, no, he ain't going to get away with that. Because if Debo called me and I was Shanahan, I would not. Debo, I believed in you. We geared our program around you for that particular day. You got your opportunity. I'm not as bad as Jerry West about this with Denver, Debo. You embarrassed me. People are looking at me because of what you did. Oh, I'd be all over. Debo would hang up on my ass. God. Fam, but I will see you Friday. Thanks. Fam, please, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. We'll get together Friday. Let's talk some more 49 football. Smooth. Have a good night. Hope you're feeling all right, fam. A Niners!